The very same golden light that painted your mosaic floor now begins to stretch further into the room, a silent, warm current against your skin. You feel its subtle presence, a soft invitation from the new day, without urgency or demand. Your eyes, already open, trace the path of these luminous rays as they climb the polished marble of a nearby column, revealing tiny, ancient veins within the stone. A slow, deliberate stretch begins from your core, unfurling through your limbs. The fine linen beneath you, cool and smooth from the night air, yields gently to your weight, its delicate weave a familiar comfort against your back and arms. You feel the slight resistance of the padded mattress, filled with softest wool, as your muscles awaken without effort, simply expanding into the available space. Turning your head slowly, your gaze drifts past the intricate pattern of the mosaic, now fully illuminated in shades of ochre, terracotta, and deep blue. You notice a single, perfectly formed bronze oil lamp, its surface patinated with centuries of careful handling, resting on a low, carved cedar table nearby. The lamp's dark, elegant curve catches a sliver of the morning light, reflecting it back as a quiet, dull gleam. A faint, almost imperceptible rustle of fabric sounds from the periphery of your large chamber. You sense, rather than see, a quiet attendant moving with practiced grace, perhaps arranging a discarded drape or tidying a scroll that had slipped from its place overnight. Their presence is a soft hum in the background, a testament to the seamless running of your private villa, never intrusive, always discreet. You allow your eyes to close for a moment, absorbing the muted sounds of the waking household, a distant clink of pottery from the kitchens, the soft murmur of voices far away, carried by the gentle morning breeze through an open courtyard. The air itself holds a faint, clean scent of dry earth and sun-warmed stone, a quiet promise of the day unfolding outside your walls. You take a slow, deep breath, letting it fill your lungs, then release it completely. Opening your eyes again, you push yourself up, feeling the soft wool give way beneath your palms. You swing your legs over the edge of your sleeping platform, your bare feet meeting the cool, smooth surface of the mosaic floor. Each tessera feels distinct beneath your soles, a mosaic not just of sight but of touch, grounding you firmly in the quiet beginning of this new Athenian morning. The cool mosaic beneath your feet guides you from the sleeping chamber, the golden light of morning now streaming more fully into the villa's inner peristyle. Each step across the polished stone feels deliberate, a quiet rhythm accompanying your movement through the awakening home. You pass by a fountain where water drips softly into a marble basin, its faint, continuous murmur, a gentle counterpoint to the distant city sounds that have yet to fully stir. You move towards the bibliothèque, a space dedicated to thought and learning, where the air already carries the faint, dry scent of aged papyrus and the rich, subtle aroma of polished cedarwood. The light here is different, softened by the high windows, filtering through fine, woven screens to cast long, tranquil shafts across the room. Dust motes, tiny specks of light, seem to hang suspended in these beams, dancing a slow, silent ballet. Inside, you find your familiar reading couch, a low, elegant piece upholstered in a deep crimson fabric, its surface smooth and welcoming. You settle onto it, feeling the plush give of the cushions beneath you, the cool, firm support of the carved wooden frame against your back. Your hands rest on your knees, feeling the fine, soft linen of your tunic. A moment of stillness before the day's intellectual pursuits truly begin. A quiet attendant, whose presence you barely registered, approaches with a practiced, almost imperceptible tread. They place a small, perfectly formed bronze inkwell and a freshly sharpened writing stylus, crafted from smooth, dark reed, onto the small, inlaid cedar table beside you. Then, with a respectful, silent gesture, they present a newly arrived papyrus scroll. It is wrapped securely, tied with a thin, undyed linen cord. Your fingers reach out, gently brushing the tightly rolled papyrus. You feel its delicate weight, the slightly rough texture of the outer layer, a material that has traveled far to reach your hands. The linen cord loosens with a soft, almost inaudible whisper as you untie the knot, your fingertips tracing the fine fibers. The scroll itself feels cool, yet pliable, promising secrets held within its ancient form. With slow, deliberate movements, you begin to unroll the papyrus. The process creates a soft, dry rustle, a sound like dry leaves shifting in a gentle breeze, or the quiet turning of pages made of a different, older material. You extend it across your lap, then gently lay the unrolled section onto the smooth, polished surface of the cedar table. The papyrus unfurls gradually, revealing its creamy, slightly yellowed surface, marked with the fine, almost invisible lines of its making. The first column of meticulously penned black ink appears, a series of elegant, precise characters forming words that promise new insights, new thoughts from minds long past. You trace the delicate script with your gaze, noticing the subtle variations in the ink's density, the careful spacing of each letter. The faint, earthy scent of the papyrus itself rises to meet you, a grounding aroma. You pause, allowing your eyes to adjust to the ancient script, the quiet anticipation settling deep within you. The sun-drenched bibliothèque, with its hushed air and the gentle rustle of the unrolling scroll, becomes a cocoon of peaceful focus, a gentle prelude to the hours of study ahead, leaving the quiet intensity of the bibliothèque, where the scent of aged papyrus still lingered in the sun-warmed air. A different, fresher sensation now draws you. You step through an arched doorway, the polished marble threshold cool beneath your bare feet, and emerge onto your private sea-facing terrace. The air immediately shifts, becoming lighter, imbued with the subtle salt tang of the Aegean, carried on a soft, constant breeze. The sunlight here is more expansive, brighter, yet gentle, filtered by the overarching pergola draped with mature grapevines. Their broad green leaves create a dappled shade, casting intricate shifting patterns across the smooth, creamy stone tiles of the terrace floor. You feel the warmth of the sun on your exposed arms and face, a pleasant contrast to the cooler shade. You move towards a low, elegantly carved marble bench, its surface worn smooth by countless seasons of sun and sea wind. A thick, woven wool cushion, dyed a rich, deep indigo, rests invitingly upon it. You settle down, the cushion yielding softly, providing a comfortable support as you gaze out. The vast expanse of the sea stretches before you, an ever-changing canvas of blues and greens, meeting the pale sky at a distant, hazy horizon. A quiet attendant, moving with the familiar, almost silent grace you have come to expect, approaches your side. They carry a slender, finely crafted ceramic amphora, its surface cool and slightly condensation-beaded, along with a delicate glass kylix. The vessel is brought close, and you hear the soft, almost imperceptible whisper of cool liquid being poured into the glass, a sound that is both precise and soothing. The kylix, thin and translucent, has a subtle weight as it is offered to your hand. Your fingers wrap around the cool glass, feeling its smooth, slightly textured rim. You bring it slowly to your lips. The first contact is the smooth, cool glass, then the liquid itself, which is wonderfully chilled. You take a measured sip, allowing the honeyed water to spread across your tongue. A delicate sweetness, not cloying, blooms on your palate, followed by the crisp, refreshing coolness of the spring water. It is a simple, perfect blend, a familiar luxury. You pause, holding the calyx, letting the taste linger. Your eyes drift across the shimmering surface of the sea. Far off, tiny white sails of fishing boats appear as specks against the blue, moving with a tranquil slowness that mirrors the pace of the moment. The rhythmic, almost hypnotic sound of small waves gently lapping against the distant shore reaches you, a continuous, soft murmur that blends with the rustle of the grapevine leaves above. The breeze plays with a loose strand of hair, a light caress against your cheek. You feel a profound sense of calm, a gentle unfolding of the morning into early afternoon, where the only demands are the quiet observation of light, the soft sounds of the world, and the refreshing taste in your mouth. The cool glass remains in your hand, a quiet anchor to this tranquil moment. The lingering coolness of the honeyed water still rests on your tongue as you quietly withdraw from the sun-drenched terrace, leaving the expansive sea view behind. The gentle, salty breeze gradually recedes, replaced by the more contained, still air of the villa's interior as you make your way towards your private study. The light softens as you move through an arched hallway, becoming diffused, a mellow glow against the polished marble floor. You step into the study, a chamber designed for contemplation, where the quiet is profound, almost palpable. The air here holds a faint, pleasant scent of aged cedarwood, and the subtle, earthy aroma of beeswax used to polish the furniture. High, narrow windows fitted with panels of thinly sliced alabaster filter the afternoon light into soft, luminous squares that fall upon the rich, dark wood of the floor. Your gaze settles on the celestial globe, a magnificent piece that stands proudly in the center of the room on a sturdy, intricately carved bronze pedestal. The sphere itself is crafted from a dark, polished wood, almost black, inlaid with countless tiny points of polished silver and delicate lines of copper, representing the constellations and their pathways across the night sky. It gleams softly in the muted light, a miniature universe contained within your reach. You approach the globe with a sense of quiet reverence, your footsteps absorbed by the thick woven rug that lies beneath. Your right hand extends slowly, your fingertips hovering for a moment before making contact with the smooth, cool surface of the wooden sphere. The wood feels dense and substantial beneath your touch. Finely worked, without a single imperfection. Your index finger begins to trace, with unhurried precision, the delicate silver points that form the outline of a familiar constellation. The tiny, cool metal studs offer a subtle resistance, a faint, almost imperceptible friction as your fingertip glides from one star to the next. You feel the slight raised texture of the inlaid copper lines, the pathways connecting these distant celestial bodies, under the pad of your finger. You follow the intricate curves and angles, a silent journey across the imagined heavens. The faint whisper of your finger on the polished wood and metal is the only sound, a soft, rhythmic caress. Your eyes, following the path of your hand, observe the meticulous craftsmanship, the way each silver point is set perfectly flush with the dark wood. catching and reflecting the soft alabaster light. You pause, allowing your finger to rest on a cluster of 3 particularly bright silver stars. The coolness of the metal against your skin is a grounding sensation. You notice the subtle variations in the wood grain beneath the inlay, a testament to the natural material. The quietude of the study envelops you, creating a space where the vastness of the cosmos feels intimately present, held gently within your touch. The profound quiet of the study, where your fingers still held the memory of tracing silver constellations, now gently releases you. You step from its contained calm, feeling the subtle shift in air temperature as you move towards the villa's central peristyle courtyard. Your bare feet meet the expansive marble floor of the peristyle, each step a soft, almost soundless contact. The stone is wonderfully cool, a consistent temperature that soothes the soles of your feet after the warmth of the study's thick, woven rug. You feel the subtle, smooth texture beneath you, the faint, natural veins in the creamy white marble barely discernible underfoot, a map of ancient geological time. Each individual tessera of the floor, though seamlessly joined, offers a distinct, cool pressure point as your weight shifts, a grounding sensation. You begin a slow, unhurried circuit around the colonnade, allowing your gaze to drift along the flawless fluting of the tall, pristine white marble columns. These columns, each carved from a single, imposing block of Pentelic marble, rise with an elegant, unwavering strength towards the open sky. The afternoon sunlight, now a richer, deeper gold, filters through the open roof above the central garden, illuminating the inner courtyard with a gentle, consistent glow. You observe how the light catches the subtle imperfections in the marble, tiny crystalline structures that sparkle faintly, almost imperceptibly, as you pass. Long, precise shadows now stretch across the courtyard floor from each column, lengthening and softening at their edges, creating a quiet, rhythmic pattern of light and shade that seems to breathe with the slow progression of the day. Your path leads you closer to the heart of the peristyle, the meticulously kept garden. Here, the soft, continuous murmur of the central fountain becomes more distinct, a constant, tranquil presence. Water spills in a delicate, unbroken sheet from a finely crafted bronze spout, formed in the majestic likeness of a lion's head, into a wide, shallow basin. This basin, carved from a single lustrous piece of dark green serpentine stone, holds the water with a serene grace. The sound is a gentle, rhythmic patter, a liquid whisper that echoes softly within the enclosed space, each drop finding its place with quiet precision. You notice the tiny ripples that spread outwards from where the water touches the surface, a miniature, ever-changing dance. You pause beside the fountain, allowing your fingers to brush lightly against the cool, damp edge of the serpentine basin. The stone feels incredibly smooth, almost silken, yet also firm and substantial. You observe the lush ferns that thrive in its constant spray, their fronds a deep, vibrant green, each leaflet glistening with tiny, perfect beads of moisture. The air directly around the fountain is noticeably cooler, imbued with a delicate, fresh scent of damp stone, rich earth, and the subtle, clean aroma of growing things. A faint, distant hum of city life, muted and indistinct, occasionally reaches you from beyond the villa walls, a gentle reminder of the world outside, yet it feels far removed, a soft, almost forgotten echo. Within these private walls, the only sounds are the rhythmic fall of water, the rustle of leaves in the softest, passing breeze, and the quiet, almost weightless glide of your own bare feet across the ancient stone. You continue your slow, thoughtful walk, the cool marble, a continuous, calming presence beneath your feet, each step a gentle punctuation in the unhurried rhythm of the afternoon. The subtle play of light and shadow across the ancient stone walls and verdant plants becomes a visual lull, a quiet invitation for your thoughts to drift, for a deep, unhurried rest to settle within you. The cool, smooth marble of the Peristyle courtyard, where the fountain's clear voice once dominated, now gradually gives way beneath your feet. You step from the enclosed formality of the villa's inner space, through an archway draped with fragrant jasmine, and onto a path of fine, sun-warmed gravel. The subtle crunch underfoot replaces the silent glide of marble, a soft, yielding sound with each slow step you take into the larger, outer garden. The air here feels more expansive, carrying the rich, dry scent of sun-baked earth, wild thyme, and the distinct peppery aroma of olive leaves. You follow the winding path, which is bordered by low, meticulously trimmed hedges of myrtle, their small, glossy leaves a dark contrast to the pale gravel. The afternoon light, still golden but now softer, filters through the canopy of ancient olive trees that dot the landscape. Their gnarled, silvery trunks, twisted and sculpted by centuries, reach upwards, supporting a dense array of narrow, silver-green leaves. These leaves shimmer subtly in the gentle breeze, catching the light in 1,000 tiny glints, creating a mesmerizing, almost hypnotic dance of light and shadow on the ground below. You find a low, flat stone bench, carved from a single slab of local limestone, nestled beneath the wide, sheltering branches of one of the oldest olive trees. Its surface is dry and warm from the sun, yet offers a grounding coolness when you press your palms against it. You settle onto the bench with a soft, deliberate movement, feeling the solid, unwavering support beneath you. Your body relaxes into the natural curve of the stone, allowing the quiet strength of the ancient tree to envelop you. The rough texture of the olive bark, just within reach, invites a gentle touch, its deep furrows a map of time. As you sit, the sounds of the garden begin to unfold around you. The immediate, clear sound of the Peristyle fountain, which was so present moments ago, now recedes into a soft, distant murmur. It becomes a continuous, gentle hum, almost a memory of sound, blending seamlessly with the rustle of the olive leaves above you. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing your ears to truly focus on this diffused, faraway water song. It is a steady, rhythmic presence, a quiet pulse that seems to emanate from the very heart of the villa. Beyond the fountain's distant whisper, other delicate sounds emerge. A faint, dry buzzing of unseen insects weaves through the air, a tiny, almost imperceptible symphony of summer. The soft, dry scrape of a cicada's song, brief and intermittent, punctuates the stillness. You feel the subtle, almost weightless caress of the breeze as it passes through the olive branches, a gentle sigh that seems to carry the scent of the nearby sea, now softened and mingled with the earthy garden aromas. You breathe deeply, inhaling the calm, the quiet, the subtle perfume of the ancient trees, and the distant, soothing whisper of water. The world outside these private garden walls seems to soften, to blur at its edges, leaving only the immediate, peaceful sensations of this quiet Athenian afternoon. You allow your awareness to rest on the gentle, steady murmur of the fountain, a constant, tranquil presence. The distant murmur of the garden fountain, a sound that had cradled your senses, now gently fades as you rise from the stone bench beneath the ancient olive trees. You walk back towards the villa, the gravel path crunching softly underfoot once more, a quiet transition from the expansive garden to the more contained, intimate spaces within. The air, still carrying the warmth of the afternoon, now begins to hint at the subtle coolness of approaching evening, a gentle shift in temperature. You enter your private bathhouse, a secluded chamber designed for quiet contemplation and cleansing. The air here is immediately different, dense, with the steam rising from the large, deep marble basin at its center. The scent of warm water, clean and mineral-rich, fills the space, mingling with the faint, sweet perfume of dried lavender that hangs in small, woven sachets from the corners of the room. The light is soft, diffused by alabaster panels set high in the walls, creating a serene, almost ethereal glow. Your eyes drift to a small, exquisitely carved cedar shelf built into the wall. Upon it rests a collection of small, slender alabaster amphorae, each one stoppered with a tiny, smooth cork. These vessels hold various fragrant oils, prepared specifically for your bathing ritual. The alabaster, cool and smooth to the touch, has a subtle translucence, allowing the rich, golden hues of the oils within to glow faintly in the soft light. You approach the shelf, your bare feet making no sound on the warm, polished marble floor of the bathhouse. Your hand reaches out, slowly, deliberately, towards the collection of amphorae. Your fingertips brush against the cool, smooth surface of the alabaster, feeling its fine, almost powdery texture. Each vessel is shaped with a delicate precision, fitting perfectly into your palm. You select one amphora, its form particularly pleasing to your touch. With a gentle, unhurried motion, you remove the tiny cork stopper. A faint, soft pop, almost inaudible, accompanies its release. As the stopper lifts, a plume of rich, warm fragrance immediately rises, enveloping your senses. It is the deep, earthy scent of sandalwood, mingled with a delicate hint of rose, a complex and soothing aroma that promises relaxation. You bring the opening of the amphora closer to your nose, inhaling slowly, deeply, allowing the exquisite perfume to fill your lungs. You pause, holding the small vessel, letting the scent settle within you. The fragrance is both invigorating and calming, a perfect balance for the impending ritual. You feel the smooth, cool alabaster in your hand, its weight, a comforting presence. The steam from the bath rises around you, a soft, warm embrace against your skin, preparing the air for the oil's release. With a slow, deliberate tilt, you pour a small, glistening stream of the golden oil into the palm of your opposite hand. The oil is thick, unctuous, yet flows with a smooth, continuous motion, catching the soft light as it spreads across your skin. Its warmth is surprising, a gentle heat that immediately begins to soften and soothe. The rich, deep scent intensifies, filling the quiet bathhouse with its luxurious perfume, a silent invitation to deeper tranquility. The rich, warm scent of sandalwood oil, now spread across your palms, gently precedes you as you move deeper into your private bathhouse. The air grows noticeably warmer, more humid, a soft caress against your skin. You step into the caldarium, the room specifically designed for heated bathing, where the soft, diffused light from the alabaster windows now seems to glow through a gentle veil of rising steam. The floor beneath your bare feet is a mosaic of tiny, smooth tesserae, depicting swirling patterns of deep ocean blues and greens, interspersed with pearlescent whites. The individual pieces are perfectly set, creating a subtly textured surface that feels warm and comforting, never rough. The warmth emanates from beneath, a constant, even heat that permeates the entire space, inviting deep relaxation. Your gaze is drawn to the large, deep bathing pool at the center of the caldarium, its surface a mirror of the soft, filtered light. From its still depths, a continuous, almost imperceptible cloud of steam rises. It is a slow, gentle ascent, a silent, ethereal dance of vapor. You watch as the delicate tendrils of steam curl upwards, catching the light, then dissipating softly into the humid air, only to be replaced by new, endless wisps. The air itself feels soft and thick, holding the warmth close. You approach the edge of the pool, the mosaic floor becoming slightly damp and slick from the surrounding humidity. You can feel the moisture gathering on your skin, a fine, almost invisible dew. The water within the pool is perfectly still, its surface a deep, inviting sapphire blue, reflecting the subtle colors of the mosaic walls that surround it. The warmth radiating from the water is palpable, a comforting heat that promises to melt away any lingering tension. With slow, unhurried movements, you dip your fingers into the water. The heat is immediate, enveloping, a luxurious warmth that soothes your skin. You feel the silkiness of the water, its gentle resistance, as your fingers glide through its depths. The scent of sandalwood, still on your hands, now mingles beautifully with the clean, mineral aroma of the heated water, creating a richer, more complex fragrance that fills your senses. You observe a single, perfectly formed droplet of condensation clinging to the edge of a mosaic tile just above the waterline. It shimmers for a moment, catching the soft light, then slowly, deliberately, detaches itself and falls with a tiny, almost inaudible plink into the water below. The sound is barely a whisper, yet it resonates in the quiet, steamy chamber, a small, perfect punctuation in the continuous, gentle rise of the steam. You stand at the edge of the caldarium pool, enveloped by the warmth, the soft light, and the delicate fragrances. The constant, quiet ascent of the steam from the water creates a hypnotic visual, a gentle, rhythmic movement that invites your mind to quiet, to slow, to simply be present in this moment of tranquil warmth and luxurious anticipation. The enveloping warmth and rich, fragrant steam of the caldarium, where the mosaic patterns shimmered through the rising vapor, slowly recedes as you step from its threshold. A subtle coolness in the air greets you, a gentle transition from the humid embrace to the drier, sun-warmed atmosphere of the villa's inner corridors. The lingering scent of sandalwood oil from your bath still clings faintly to your skin. A delicate, soothing perfume. Your bare feet glide silently across the cool marble of the hallway, a familiar path that leads you towards your scriptorium. You enter the scriptorium, a chamber bathed in the soft golden light of late afternoon. High windows, facing west, allow the sun to spill generously across the room, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air and casting long, tranquil shadows. The scent here is distinct, a dry, woody aroma of cedar and cypress from the shelves laden with scrolls, mingled with the faint, sweet, almost buttery smell of beeswax. This is a place of quiet industry, where thought takes tangible form. Your eyes settle on a long, low writing desk, crafted from dark, polished walnut, its surface gleaming softly under the sunbeams. Upon it rests a stack of wooden writing tablets, their surfaces currently blank. You approach the desk, feeling the smooth, cool wood beneath your fingertips as you lean slightly. Each tablet is a precisely cut rectangle of fine beechwood, hinged together in pairs, ready to receive fresh layers of wax. You lift one, feeling its balanced weight, the solid craftsmanship in your hand. Beside the tablets, a shallow, circular bronze warming pan rests on a small, steady tripod. Beneath it, a few carefully placed, glowing charcoal embers emit a faint, steady heat, just enough to gently soften a small block of pure, unbleached beeswax. The wax, a pale, creamy yellow, sits in a small ceramic dish within the warming pan, slowly transforming from a solid mass into a soft, malleable paste, its surface becoming glossy and yielding. You observe the subtle, almost imperceptible shimmer of heat rising from the embers, a quiet, contained energy. With a slender, polished ivory spatula, its edge smooth and precisely tapered, you carefully scoop a small portion of the softened beeswax. The wax feels warm and pliant against the ivory, adhering with a delicate stickiness. You transfer this soft, golden material onto the recessed surface of one of the beechwood tablets. A faint, almost whispered asterisk sound accompanies the wax as it touches the wood, a soft, yielding contact. Using the flat, broad side of the spatula, you begin to spread the warm wax evenly across the tablet's surface. Your movements are slow, deliberate, creating a thin, uniform layer. The wax, now warm and fluid, glides smoothly across the wood, filling every tiny indentation, creating a perfectly flat, unblemished writing surface. You watch as the golden hue of the wax deepens slightly, becoming more translucent as it settles. The subtle, sweet scent of the beeswax intensifies, a pure, clean aroma. You pause, holding the tablet, allowing the freshly applied wax a moment to cool and firm slightly. Your fingers trace the smooth, perfect plane of the new writing surface, feeling its subtle warmth. It is now ready, a pristine canvas awaiting the gentle impression of a stylus, a silent invitation to capture fleeting thoughts or enduring wisdom in the quiet, golden light of the scriptorium. The freshly prepared wax, now a smooth, unblemished surface on your writing tablet, glows softly in the late afternoon sun that fills your scriptorium. The delicate, sweet scent of beeswax still lingers in the air, a gentle promise of the thoughts about to be captured. You hold the tablet in your left hand, feeling its solid, balanced weight, the cool beechwood a steady anchor. Your right hand reaches for a slender stylus, resting on a small, polished bronze stand beside the inkwell. It is crafted from a dark, finely carved piece of ebony wood, tipped with a small, sharp point of polished bone. As your fingers close around it, you feel its smooth, cool surface, the elegant balance of its form. The ebony wood has a subtle, almost imperceptible warmth from the ambient sun, a quiet invitation to begin. Your gaze shifts to the inkwell, a small, perfectly proportioned vessel made of dark, lustrous obsidian, its surface polished to a deep, mirror-like sheen. It sits firmly on the walnut desk, a quiet pool of rich blackness within its smooth, cool walls. The ink within is a profound, velvety black, almost absorbing the light around it, yet hinting at a subtle depth. A faint, earthy aroma of oak gall ink, barely perceptible, rises from its open mouth, a testament to its careful preparation. With a slow, deliberate motion, you guide the bone tip of your ebony stylus towards the inkwell. The point descends with a quiet grace, breaking the surface of the viscous black liquid. There is no splash, no abrupt sound, only a soft, almost imperceptible tosh as the ink embraces the bone. You feel a subtle, yielding resistance as the stylus sinks slightly, the ink clinging to its tip with a delicate, almost magnetic pull. You lift the stylus from the inkwell, allowing any excess ink to drip silently back into the dark pool. Each drop makes a tiny, soft, dagger plink against the surface, a miniature, liquid sound that quickly fades into the pervasive quiet of the room. The bone tip now gleams with a rich, wet blackness, perfectly charged, ready to impart its message. You hold it poised for a moment, suspended above the pristine, golden wax of the tablet. Your eyes trace the smooth, ready surface of the wax, a blank canvas awaiting the impression of your thoughts. The scriptorium is perfectly still, filled only with the soft, diffused light, the lingering scent of beeswax, and the quiet anticipation of creation. The weighted stylus feels balanced in your hand, a silent extension of your intention. You pause, allowing the ideas to coalesce, the words to form silently in your mind. The stylus hovers, a dark, gleaming point above the pale wax, a moment of perfect readiness. The soft, golden light illuminates the poised tip, a quiet invitation to begin the slow, rhythmic dance of thought upon the yielding surface. The quiet hum of thought, still resonating from the scriptorium where the fresh beeswax now held your impressions, slowly begins to soften. You draw away from the desk, the lingering scent of ink and warm wax gradually fading as you move through the villa's inner passages. The light outside the windows, once a brilliant gold, now takes on a deeper, more mellow hue, signaling the gentle approach of evening. Your footsteps are soft, almost cushioned, on the familiar marble floor that carries the memory of the day's earlier movements. You enter the triclinium, your private dining chamber, a space designed for comfort and leisurely conversation. The air here is subtly different, carrying a faint, sweet aroma of ripened fruit and polished wood. The room is bathed in the soft, diffused light of the setting sun, which enters through a wide, arched opening overlooking a small, enclosed garden. Long, low dining couches, draped with richly embroidered textiles in shades of deep blue and crimson, invite repose, their cushions plump and yielding. Your gaze falls upon a low, inlaid cedar table, perfectly positioned before the central couch. Upon its polished surface rests a magnificent silver platter, its broad, shallow form gleaming with a soft, understated luster. The silver is exquisitely crafted, its edges scalloped with a delicate, repetitive pattern, and its surface bears the faint, almost imperceptible marks of centuries of careful use and polishing. It feels cool to the touch, even in the room's gentle warmth, a promise of the cool delicacies it holds. Beside the platter, arranged in separate, shallow, wicker baskets, are piles of fresh figs and plump dates. The figs are a deep, bruised purple, their skins taut and smooth, some already split slightly at the blossom end, revealing the dark, sticky flesh within. They emit a rich, earthy sweetness that gently perfumes the air. The dates, elongated and a burnished dark brown, have a subtle sheen, their wrinkled skins hinting at the concentrated sweetness held within. You reach out, your fingers hovering for a moment before selecting a single, perfectly ripe fig. Its weight is surprising, substantial and yielding in your palm. The skin feels incredibly soft, almost velvety, giving way slightly under the gentle pressure of your thumb. You bring it close, inhaling its deep, sugary fragrance, a pure essence of summer. With careful, deliberate movements, you place the fig onto the cool, smooth surface of the silver platter. There is a faint, almost inaudible thud as it settles, a soft sound of fruit meeting metal. Next, you choose a date, its elongated form feeling firmer, yet still pliable. The delicate wrinkles on its skin offer a subtle texture against your fingertips. Its aroma is distinct, a warm, caramelized sweetness, richer and more concentrated than the fig. You arrange it beside the fig, creating a quiet visual balance of form and color. The smooth silver reflects the deep hues of the fruit, making them appear even more vibrant in the softening light. You continue this gentle task, slowly selecting each piece, feeling its unique texture, appreciating its individual shape. Each fig and date finds its place on the gleaming platter, forming an unhurried, artful composition. The faint, rhythmic sounds of placement, the subtle sense of the fruit, and the cool, unyielding presence of the silver create a tranquil focus, a peaceful preparation for the evening's quiet repast. The triclinium settles into a serene stillness, holding the promise of rest and gentle conversation. Leaving the quiet of the triclinium, where the sweet aroma of ripe figs still subtly scented the air, you draw away from the prepared platter. The soft, deepening light of evening now guides your path through the villa's inner passages, the familiar marble cool and smooth beneath your feet. You move towards the grand antechamber, a space that serves as a stately transition between the private and more public areas of your home, always maintained with quiet dignity. As you step into the antechamber, the atmosphere shifts to one of serene order. The last rays of the setting sun, now a deep, burnished gold, filter through the high, arched windows, casting long, soft shadows that stretch across the expanse of the polished marble floor. The air here feels still and settled, carrying a faint, clean scent of aged wood and the subtle, metallic tang of recently polished bronze. Heavy woven tapestries, depicting scenes of ancient myths in muted, rich colors, hang along the walls, absorbing any stray sounds and contributing to the profound quiet. Your gaze drifts across the room, observing the meticulous care of your household staff. In a far corner, near a tall, slender amphora filled with freshly cut laurel branches, a quiet attendant kneels. Their movements are graceful, almost imperceptible, as they carefully polish the intricate bronze stand of a lamp. You watch the slow, circular motion of their hand, wrapped in a soft, fine linen cloth, as it glides over the metal. The cloth makes a faint, almost inaudible, fious sound against the bronze, a soft, rhythmic whisper that speaks of dedication and precision. The attendant's focus is absolute, their head bowed slightly, concentrating on the task. The bronze, already gleaming, catches the fading light with each pass of the cloth, reflecting a tiny, dancing spark of gold. You notice the subtle shift in the metal surface, from a dull, almost imperceptible film to a brilliant, deep luster under their careful touch. There is no haste, only a steady, unhurried rhythm to their work, a quiet testament to the enduring beauty of handcrafted objects. A faint, sweet scent of beeswax polish momentarily wafts through the air as the cloth moves over a particularly intricate curve of the bronze. Further across the spacious room, another attendant moves with a similar, quiet efficiency. They are arranging a stack of soft, woven wool cushions on a low, broad marble bench. Each cushion is adjusted with gentle, precise movements, aligned perfectly, their rich, earthy tones of olive green and terracotta complementing the cool marble surroundings. You hear the softest moving as a cushion settles into place, followed by the almost weightless sound of fabric smoothing against fabric. Their hands, nimble and practiced, smooth out any tiny creases, ensuring every surface is immaculate and inviting. The overall impression is one of effortless elegance, a testament to the seamless running of your villa. Every object, every surface, is cared for with a quiet reverence, ensuring a pervasive sense of order and tranquility. The antechamber, now illuminated by the soft glow of a newly lit oil lamp, stands ready, a silent, welcoming space where the day's gentle tasks have transitioned into the calm embrace of the evening. The quiet order of the antechamber, where the soft gleam of polished bronze reflected the fading light and the hushed movements of staff, now gently recedes as you draw away. Your footsteps are soft, almost cushioned on the familiar marble floor that carries the memory of the day's earlier rhythms. A sense of calm anticipation, a quiet pull, guides you through a subtly arched passage towards a more secluded part of the villa, a chamber reserved for your most treasured possessions and moments of private appreciation. You step into your private collection room, a space imbued with a profound, hushed reverence. The air here is noticeably still, cool, and carries the faint, dry scent of ancient clay, mingled with the subtle, rich aroma of polished cedar wood from the display cabinets. The last of the day's golden light, now a deep, mellow amber, filters through high, narrow windows, creating long, contemplative shadows that stretch across the expanse of the dark, exquisitely polished cedarwood shelves lining the walls. Each shelf holds a curated array of artifacts, each a silent testament to history, artistry, and the passage of untold time. Your gaze is drawn almost immediately to the newly acquired ceramic amphora. It rests prominently with a quiet dignity on a low, intricately inlaid ebony pedestal positioned in the gentle center of the room. Its elegant form is softly silhouetted against the diffused mellow light. The amphora is tall and remarkably slender, its gracefully swelling body a rich, deep terracotta, adorned with meticulously painted black figures. The surface of the vessel possesses a subtle, almost imperceptible sheen, a testament to its ancient glaze, which seems to absorb and then softly diffuse the ambient light. You approach the pedestal with slow, deliberate steps, your bare feet making no sound on the cool marble floor that lies beneath the thick, tightly woven rug. Your hand extends, reaching out towards the amphora, your fingertips hovering for a moment in the air just above its surface. Then, with a gentle, feather-light touch, your skin makes contact with the smooth, cool curve of its belly. The ancient ceramic feels solid, substantial, yet surprisingly delicate and finely wrought under your touch, holding within its form the silent stories of its maker and its journey through time. With a deliberate, unhurried motion, you allow your fingers to slide slowly upwards, tracing the elegant, tapering curve of the amphora's neck. Then, your touch moves down along the smooth, perfectly formed arc of one of its handles. The meticulously painted black figures, depicting a scene from a familiar myth, offer a subtle, almost imperceptible raised texture beneath your fingertips, a barely discernible relief against the perfectly smooth terracotta background. You feel the cool, dry clay, the faint, almost powdery sensation of the ancient pigment, a whisper of its original creation. You pause, allowing your fingers to rest on a particular, intricate detail of the painted scene, perhaps the flowing drapery of a figure's chiton or the precise, delicate detailing of a warrior's helmet. Your eyes follow the fine, unwavering lines, admiring the artistry, the steady, practiced hand that brought these ancient narratives to life with such precision. The faint, rhythmic ticking of a distant water clock from another, unseen part of the villa is the only sound, a soft, steady pulse that punctuates the profound quiet of the collection room, a gentle reminder of time's unhurried flow. You gently rotate the amphora on its pedestal, a slow, almost silent turn that reveals new facets of its beauty. The smooth, perfectly balanced bass makes a soft, almost imperceptible shuss sound as it glides against the polished ebony surface of the pedestal. As the vessel turns, new details of the painted scene gradually reveal themselves, each figure, each subtle gesture, coming into view with a quiet, unfolding grace. The profound stillness of your private collection room, where the ancient amphora had held your quiet contemplation, now gently recedes. You draw away from the ebony pedestal, the lingering scent of old clay, a subtle memory. The light, once a deep amber, has softened further, taking on the muted silvery quality of twilight as you move from the enclosed chamber. Your bare feet, accustomed to the cool marble of your villa, now carry you through a narrow, trellised archway that leads into a secluded part of your grounds, the quiet sculpture garden. The air here is immediately different, cooler, imbued with the delicate damp scent of evening earth, and the faint, sweet perfume of night-blooming jasmine that twines around the garden's perimeter. The ground beneath your feet transitions from polished marble to a path of smooth, flat river stones, laid with careful precision, each one cool and solid underfoot. The sounds of the day have almost entirely faded, replaced by a deep, pervasive quiet, broken only by the softest rustle of leaves in a barely perceptible breeze. The garden itself is a sanctuary of stone and shadow, a tranquil space where ancient marble forms stand in silent repose amidst carefully cultivated low shrubs and fragrant herbs. The deepening twilight casts long, ethereal shadows from the statues, making them appear to emerge from the gathering gloom. Your gaze drifts past several larger, full-figure sculptures, a draped goddess, a Stoic philosopher, until it settles on a particular marble bust, positioned on a waist-high plinth of dark-veined local stone. This bust, depicting a revered poet from antiquity, stands with a quiet dignity, its features softened by the passage of centuries and the gentle veil of fine, almost imperceptible dust. The marble, a creamy white, has acquired a subtle, warm patina over time, yet its carved details remain remarkably clear, even in the fading light. You notice the delicate curve of the brow, the thoughtful set of the lips, the intricate curls of hair, all subtly obscured by the thin, pale layer of dust that has settled upon them. From a small, shallow niche in the plinth, you retrieve a specialized brush. It is a small, elegant tool, crafted with a handle of smooth, polished olive wood, perfectly shaped to fit the curve of your palm. Its bristles are made from the softest, finest goat hair, incredibly supple and delicate, designed for the most tender care of ancient surfaces. You feel the almost weightless quality of the brush, its bristles a feathery whisper against your thumb. With slow, deliberate movements, you begin to brush the faint layer of dust from the marble bust. The bristles make a soft, dry, mock sound as they glide across the cool stone, a sound barely audible, yet distinct in the profound quiet. You start with the broad, smooth expanse of the forehead, feeling the subtle resistance of the dust, the cool, firm marble beneath. Each gentle stroke lifts a tiny, almost invisible cloud of fine particles into the still evening air, revealing the pristine white of the stone beneath. Your hand moves with unhurried precision, tracing the contours of the poet's face. You brush along the sharp line of the nose, then carefully around the delicate curve of the eyelids, feeling the slight indentations and raised edges of the carving. The soft bristles reach into the subtle hollows, coaxing the dust from the intricate details of the hair, where each carved strand slowly emerges with renewed clarity. The cool, smooth marble responds to your touch, revealing its inherent luminosity. You pause, holding the brush still, observing the transformation. The poet's features, now free of their ephemeral veil, seem to gain a renewed depth, a quiet presence in the fading light. The marble, now cleaner, catches the last vestiges of twilight, reflecting a soft, pearlescent glow. The profound quiet of the sculpture garden, where the ancient marble bust had been gently cleared of dust, now gracefully recedes as you turn away. The silvery light of twilight that had softened the stone forms now gives way to the brighter, more expansive warmth of midday. You step from the cool, flat river stones of the garden path onto a softer, slightly yielding ground. A path of fine, packed earth that leads deeper into your private olive grove. The air immediately shifts, becoming infused with the dry, aromatic scent of sun-warmed earth and the distinct, subtle perfume of olive leaves, a familiar and comforting aroma. You walk with an unhurried pace, allowing your bare feet to adapt to the gentle, uneven texture of the path. Each step is soft, almost silent, absorbed by the dry earth beneath you. The midday sun, now high above, filters through the dense canopy of ancient olive trees, creating a mosaic of dappled light and cool, inviting shadow on the ground. You feel the warmth of the sun on your exposed arms and face as you pass through bright patches, then the gentle relief of coolness as you step beneath the generous shade of a particularly old, gnarled tree. The trunks of these trees, twisted and sculpted by centuries, are a deep, furrowed gray, their surfaces rough and textured, inviting a passing touch. You find a secluded spot beneath the widespread branches of a large olive tree, where the ground is covered with a soft carpet of fallen, dry leaves and fine, resilient grasses. You settle down, easing yourself onto the cool, dry earth, feeling its firm yet yielding support beneath you. Your back rests against the ancient, rough bark of the tree, its textured surface a grounding presence. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing your body to fully relax into the stillness, feeling the subtle warmth of the earth radiating upwards. As you rest, your attention is drawn to the delicate symphony of sounds around you. Above, in the dense canopy of silvery green leaves, a gentle breeze begins to stir. It is a soft, almost imperceptible movement at first, creating a faint, dry sound as the narrow leaves brush against each other. This is the gentle rustle of the olive leaves, a sound unique to this ancient tree, a dry whisper that is both continuous and subtly varied. You listen intently, noticing the slight changes in its rhythm and volume as the breeze strengthens, then softens, then strengthens again. The sound is never harsh, always a soft, consistent murmur, like countless, tiny, dry brushes sweeping across a delicate surface. You visualize the individual leaves, each one a slender, silver-backed oval, twisting and turning on their stems, catching the light and creating this hypnotic, soothing sound. It is a natural lullaby, a timeless melody of the grove. Occasionally, a single dry leaf detaches itself from a branch and drifts slowly downwards, landing with an almost inaudible tap on the soft earth near you. a small punctuation in the continuous rustle. Beyond the immediate rustle of the leaves, other subtle sounds of midday in the grove emerge. A faint, high-pitched asterisk, z asterisk, of a distant cicada pulsates intermittently from deeper within the trees, a brief, sharp counterpoint to the softer sounds. You might hear the gentle, almost weightless flit of a small bird's wings as it moves from one branch to another, or the soft, dry rattle of seed pods in a nearby shrub, stirred by the same breeze. The air around you, still carrying the warm, dry scent of the grove, feels soft and undisturbed. You take a slow, deep breath, allowing the rhythmic, continuous rustle of the olive leaves to fill your senses, to quiet any stray thoughts. The sound is a constant, gentle companion, a reminder of the quiet strength and timeless presence of these ancient trees, inviting a deep, unhurried sense of peace. The gentle, rhythmic rustle of the olive leaves, which had cradled your senses in the midday quiet, slowly begins to fade. As you rise from the cool earth beneath the ancient trees, you trace your steps back along the path of fine, packed earth, feeling its subtle give underfoot until you emerge from the deeper shade of the grove. The air here shifts, becoming lighter, imbued with a delicate, sweet fragrance that hints at ripening fruit and sun-warmed foliage. You move towards your pergola, a familiar and cherished space, where the afternoon sun now casts its soft, golden embrace. You step on to the smooth, creamy stone tiles of your sea-facing terrace, the same cool surface that welcomed you earlier in the day, now softened by the lengthening shadows. Above, the expansive wooden framework of the pergola is heavily draped with mature grapevines, their broad, deeply lobed leaves forming a dense, living canopy. The sunlight, now past its zenith, filters through this verdant roof, creating an intricate, ever-shifting pattern of dappled light and cool, inviting shade on the tiles below. You find your preferred chaise, a long, elegant piece crafted from polished cypress wood, its surface smooth and warm to the touch. A thick, woven linen cushion, dyed a pale, calming ochre, rests upon it, inviting repose. You settle onto the chaise, feeling the soft, yielding support of the cushion beneath you, the gentle resistance of the finely spun fabric against your limbs. Your body eases into the comfortable contours, a quiet sigh of contentment escaping with your breath. As you lie back, you feel the warmth of the afternoon sun filtering through the grapevines directly upon your skin. It is not an intense, direct heat, but rather a soft, mellow glow, broken into countless tiny, moving patches. You notice the subtle sensation of this warmth on your forearms, a gentle, caressing heat that seems to penetrate just beneath the surface of your skin, bringing a deep, soothing comfort. Your eyes, half closed, observe the tiny luminous motes of dust that dance lazily in these shafts of light, suspended in the still, warm air. Above you, the grape leaves are a vibrant, rich green, some bearing the faint blush of purple, indicating the hidden clusters of fruit beneath. You watch as a barely perceptible breeze, almost a whisper, passes through the foliage. Each leaf trembles delicately, causing the intricate pattern of light and shadow on the terrace floor to ripple and shift, a slow, silent dance. The movement is gentle, hypnotic, a continuous, fluid transformation of light and form. You might hear the softest rustle-shnod of the leaves, a sound distinct from the dry whisper of the olive grove, more yielding, more full. The air carries a faint, sweet aroma of the ripening grapes, a subtle fruity perfume that mingles with the dry, clean scent of the sun-warmed stone. Occasionally, a distant, muffled sound reaches you, perhaps the faint, rhythmic lapping of the sea against the shore, or the soft, almost imperceptible hum of a bee navigating the blossoms in a nearby flower bed. These sounds are peripheral, weaving into the overall tapestry of quietude, never demanding attention. You close your eyes fully, allowing the sensation of the filtered warmth to become the sole focus of your awareness. The gentle, shifting patterns of light and shadow continue their silent dance behind your eyelids, a soothing, internal visual. The quiet warmth on your skin, the subtle scent of the grapevines, and the pervasive stillness of the afternoon create a profound sense of peace. You feel deeply rooted in this moment, held gently by the warmth, a tranquil embrace as the day slowly, languidly begins its unhurried descent towards evening. The gentle, filtered warmth of the afternoon sun, which had rested so peacefully upon you beneath the pergola's grapevines, now slowly begins to withdraw. You rise from the cushioned chaise with an unhurried grace, leaving behind the faint, sweet scent of ripening fruit. The air around you shifts, becoming subtly cooler, carrying a hint of the approaching evening as you step from the terrace. Your bare feet glide from the smooth, creamy stone tiles onto the wider, more expansive marble of the main portico, its surface cool and vast. You enter the grand portico, a stately colonnade that frames the entrance to your villa, offering a sheltered transition from the outer world to the inner sanctuary. The light here, no longer diffused by grape leaves, is a more direct, yet still softened golden glow of the late afternoon. It stretches across the wide, pristine marble pavers of the portico floor, illuminating their subtle, natural veins with a quiet luminosity. The air is still, carrying only the faintest clean scent of sun-warmed stone and a distant, almost imperceptible hint of cypress. Your gaze is drawn to the magnificent fluted columns that line the portico, standing in an unwavering rhythmic procession. Each column, carved from a single immense block of pale Pentelic marble, rises with an elegant, tapering strength towards the high coffered ceiling. The marble, cool and smooth to the touch, has a subtle, almost pearlescent quality in this light. You approach one of these columns, extending your hand slowly towards its surface. Your fingertips make contact with the cool, firm marble. You feel the distinct, smooth curve of a single flute, then the sharp, precise edge where it meets the next. Your fingers begin to trace, with unhurried precision, the deep, vertical grooves that run the entire height of the column. The sensation is one of continuous, cool smoothness, punctuated by the crisp, clean lines of the fluting, a silent testament to the ancient craftsman's skill. As your fingers move, your eyes follow the exquisite play of light and shadow across the column's surface. The late afternoon sun, now lower in the sky, strikes the marble at a gentle angle. This creates a mesmerizing pattern. Each raised ridge of the flute is bathed in a soft, brilliant gold, while the concave groove beside it falls into a deep, velvety shadow. The contrast is subtle, yet profound, transforming the solid stone into a dynamic interplay of light and dark. You lean gently against the cool marble, allowing your body to rest against its unwavering strength. The faint, almost imperceptible movement of the sun, as it continues its slow descent towards the horizon, causes these patterns of light and shadow to shift with an incredible slowness. You watch as a sliver of golden light, once sharp and defined, softens at its edge, bleeding almost imperceptibly into the deepening shadow. The shadows themselves seem to lengthen, to deepen, to stretch across the flutes with an unhurried, silent grace. A faint, dry whisper of a breeze, almost too soft to hear, occasionally stirs around the columns, creating a momentary, almost tactile sensation of movement in the air. The only other sound is the distant, muted hum of the city, softened by the villa's thick walls, a gentle, rhythmic background that never intrudes upon the pervasive quiet of the portico. The air around you feels calm and settled, imbued with the ancient, clean scent of the marble itself. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing the memory of the shifting light and shadow to imprint itself upon your inner vision. The cool, smooth marble against your back, the subtle scent of ancient stone, and the profound quiet of the portico create a deep sense of peace. You feel perfectly anchored in this moment, held by the timeless beauty of the columns, as the day gently, slowly, drifts towards its tranquil conclusion. The cool, silent strength of the fluted marble columns, where light and shadow had danced in the late afternoon, now gently releases your contemplation. You draw away from the portico, the familiar marble floor cool beneath your bare feet, guiding you along a less traveled path. The golden light of the fading day, once expansive, now narrows and softens as you approach a more intimate space, a secluded corner of your villa designed for quiet reflection. You step into the exedra, a semicircular open-air recess carved directly into the villa's outer wall, facing a small, private section of the garden. The air here is immediately stiller, cooler, imbued with the delicate, sweet scent of night-blooming jasmine that climbs a nearby trellis, mingling with the dry, earthy aroma of sun-warmed stone. The light is now a deep, soft twilight, painting the curved marble walls with hues of muted rose and lavender, a tranquil transition from day to evening. At the center of the exedra, a low, exquisitely carved marble bench follows the gentle curve of the wall. Its surface, worn smooth by time, feels cool and unyielding to the touch. A thick, woven wool throw, dyed a deep, calming sapphire blue, is draped over a section of the bench, inviting you to settle. You sit down, feeling the plush give of the wool beneath you, its soft fibers a comforting contrast to the cool marble beneath. Your back rests against the smooth, curved stone of the exedra wall, a gentle embrace of ancient strength. You close your eyes, allowing the pervasive quiet of the exedra to settle around you. The distant, muted hum of the city, which had been a faint background presence earlier, now seems to have almost entirely faded, replaced by a profound, unbroken stillness. The only sound is the soft, almost imperceptible rustle of the jasmine leaves on the trellis, stirred by a barely there breeze, a delicate whisper that seems to echo the quiet breathing of the evening. You become aware of the subtle shift in temperature on your skin. The last vestiges of the day's warmth still linger on your arms. A gentle memory, but the air around you grows steadily cooler, carrying the promise of a peaceful night. You feel the coolness of the marble through the soft wool of the throw, a grounding sensation that anchors you to the ancient stone. The sweet, intoxicating scent of jasmine deepens, becoming more potent in the cool, still air, a fragrant veil that settles gently around you. You open your eyes slowly, gazing out into the small, enclosed garden. The twilight has deepened further. casting the shapes of the carefully pruned shrubs and fragrant herbs into soft, indistinct silhouettes. A single, small, hand-forged bronze oil lamp, suspended from a delicate chain in the center of the exedra, has been lit by a quiet attendant, its flame a tiny, steady beacon of soft golden light. It casts a gentle, flickering glow upon the curved marble walls, making the stone appear to breathe with a soft, internal luminescence. You watch the tiny, mesmerizing dance of the lamp's flame, its gentle sway causing the shadows on the wall to lengthen and contract with a subtle rhythmic motion. The light is soft, never harsh, illuminating just enough to define the peaceful contours of the exedra, inviting quiet contemplation. The profound quiet of this secluded space, the delicate scent of jasmine, and the soft, steady glow of the lamp create a perfect cocoon of tranquility, a gentle invitation to let your thoughts drift, to settle into a deep, unhurried peace. The soft, steady glow of the oil lamp in the exedra, which had anchored your quiet contemplation, now gently recedes behind you. You rise from the marble bench, the subtle coolness of the stone, a fleeting memory as you move from the open air into the deeper, hushed interior of your villa. The evening air, once fragrant with jasmine, now takes on the dry, familiar scent of aged wood and warmed oil as you enter your private study. The study is a sanctuary of profound quiet, its walls lined with tall, dark cedar shelves filled with scrolls and codices. A single bronze oil lamp, its flame a steady, warm amber, casts a circle of soft light upon a low, inlaid wooden table. You move towards a comfortable reading chair, upholstered in rich, dark leather, its surface worn smooth and supple from years of use. You settle into the chair, feeling the yielding give of the carefully stuffed cushions, the cool, firm support of the polished cedar armrests beneath your hands. The leather, softened by time, molds gently to your form, a familiar embrace. Your gaze drifts to the oil lamp on the table, its flame a perfect, unwavering teardrop of light. The soft rhythmic flicker is almost imperceptible, yet it creates a subtle, dancing play of shadows on the nearby wall, a quiet, mesmerizing movement. A faint, almost imperceptible scent of pure olive oil, warm and earthy, rises from the wick, mingling with the dry aroma of parchment and wood. The bronze of the lamp itself, polished to a deep luster, reflects the soft glow, a quiet beacon in the deepening night. You notice the subtle warmth radiating from the small flame, a gentle heat against the cool evening air. From a small, carefully crafted leather portfolio, its surface supple and smooth, its edges worn soft from countless openings and closings, you retrieve a stack of your philosophical notes. They are written on small, rectangular sheets of finely prepared papyrus, each one a pale, creamy yellow, feeling dry and crisp between your fingers. The ink, a deep, rich black, stands out vividly against the light background, a testament to countless hours of careful thought and precise transcription. You feel the delicate weight of the stack, the subtle rustle of the papyrus, as you arrange them on the table before you, creating a soft, dry, whispering sound that quickly fades. You pick up the top sheet, holding it gently between your thumb and forefinger. The papyrus feels cool and dry against your skin, its fibrous texture a subtle sensation. Your eyes, accustomed to the soft lamplight, begin to trace the elegant, familiar script. Each character, each carefully formed word reveals itself slowly, deliberately, in the amber glow. You might occasionally lift a finger, allowing it to glide across a line of text, feeling the subtle, almost imperceptible raised texture of the dried ink on the papyrus. a silent communication from your earlier self. The only sound is the soft, dry whisper of the papyrus. As you slowly turn each sheet, a gentle, rhythmic sound in the profound quiet. You pause, allowing the weight of a particular thought to settle within your mind, the words on the papyrus seeming to resonate with a quiet wisdom. The soft, warm light from the oil lamp continues its gentle glow, illuminating only the immediate circle of your attention, leaving the rest of the study in a comforting, velvety dimness. The subtle warmth from the lamp, a steady, unwavering presence, radiates outwards, a soft caress against your hands as they rest upon the cool papyrus. The air is perfectly still, holding the subtle sense of ink and ancient paper, inviting a deep, unhurried sense of contemplation. You take a slow, deep breath, allowing the quiet rhythm of the room to settle within you, feeling the soft give of the leather chair against your back. The philosophical notes, their thoughts now quietly absorbed, are gently gathered from the table where the oil lamp casts its soft, steady glow. You stack the papyrus sheets with slow, deliberate movements, feeling their dry, crisp texture beneath your fingertips, a faint, almost inaudible whisper accompanying their alignment. The weight of the thoughts they contained now feels lighter, settled, as you carefully place them back into their fine leather portfolio, the supple material yielding with a soft thump as it closes. Your gaze then shifts to a different part of the study, towards a low, carved ebony cabinet, its surface gleaming with a deep, rich luster in the subdued light. This cabinet holds your most precious, often illustrated, scrolls, reserved for moments of tranquil appreciation. You rise from the leather reading chair, its cushions giving a soft, sighing release of air, and approach the cabinet. The polished wood feels cool and smooth as your fingers trace the delicate, inlaid patterns on its surface, a subtle, tactile connection to its ancient craftsmanship. With a gentle, almost reverent touch, you open one of the small, precisely fitted drawers. A faint dry scent of ancient parchment and cedarwood, preserved within the cabinet's depths, wafts softly into the air. Inside, nestled on a bed of soft, undyed linen, rests a particularly cherished illustrated scroll. It is bound by two slender, polished bone handles, their surfaces smooth and cool beneath your fingertips as you lift it. The scroll has a surprising, yet comforting, weight, a testament to its age and the quality of its material. You return to the plush comfort of your reading chair, settling back into its familiar embrace, the leather molding gently to your form. The oil lamp, still unwavering, illuminates the table before you. With careful, unhurried movements, you begin to unroll the scroll. The bone handles turn with a soft, almost imperceptible click, click, a delicate mechanical whisper. The papyrus, slightly thicker and more robust than your philosophical notes, unfurls with a soft, dry rustle shrill, revealing its creamy, aged surface. The first illustration emerges into the soft lamplight, a scene from an ancient myth, rendered with exquisite detail in earthy pigments of ochre, deep red, and sky blue. You observe the flowing lines of the figures, the subtle expressions on their faces, the intricate patterns of their garments. The colors, though ancient, retain a remarkable vibrancy, absorbing the lamp's amber glow and reflecting it back with a muted, luminous quality. Your eyes follow the delicate brushstrokes, noticing the almost microscopic variations in the pigment's texture, a silent dialogue with a long-vanished artist. You allow your gaze to linger on the scene, absorbing its narrative, its quiet beauty. The soft crackle of the lamp's wick, a tiny, rhythmic sound, is the only interruption to the profound quiet of the study. You feel the cool, dry papyrus against your hands, its fibrous texture a grounding presence. The air is still, carrying the faint, comforting scent of old paper and warm olive oil, creating a cocoon of peaceful focus. With a slow, deliberate motion, you gently advance the scroll, allowing the next section of the myth to slowly reveal itself. The bone handles turn once more, a soft, repetitive sound, and the papyrus slides with another delicate rustle-lustle-lija. A new illustration emerges, perhaps a serene landscape or a heroic encounter, inviting further quiet contemplation. Each slow turn of the scroll is an unhurried journey through ancient stories, a gentle unfolding of beauty in the soft, steady light. The quiet rhythm of the scroll, the subtle scent of ancient papyrus, and the warm, unwavering glow of the oil lamp all combine to create a profound sense of peace. The last, lingering warmth of the oil lamp's soft glow, which had illuminated the ancient myths on the illustrated scroll, now gently recedes as you carefully close the ebony cabinet. The subtle scent of old papyrus and cedar wood softly dissipates into the quiet study. You rise from the comfortable leather chair, its cushions giving a faint, sighing release of air, and step from the intellectual sanctuary. The deepening evening now fully embraces the villa, drawing you towards the quiet comfort of your private chambers. You enter your sleeping chamber, a serene space imbued with the profound stillness of the night. The large, arched window, facing east, reveals the velvety expanse of the darkening sky, now dotted with the first faint pinpricks of emerging stars. The air here is noticeably cooler, carrying the faint, clean scent of fresh linen and the subtle, earthy aroma of beeswax from the polished wooden furnishings. A single, small bronze oil lamp, its flame a steady, low amber, has been lit by an attendant, casting a gentle, warm glow over the room. The soft light dances subtly on the mosaic floor, highlighting patches of deep blue and creamy white, familiar from the morning's first light. Your gaze settles upon your private couch, a long, elegant piece crafted from polished cypress wood, its frame smooth and dark. Upon it, draped with an exquisite, unhurried grace, rests a fine linen chiton, prepared for the evening. The fabric is a delicate, almost translucent white, its folds falling softly, revealing the inherent lightness and fluidity of the material. It seems to absorb the lamp's gentle glow, reflecting it back with a muted, pearlescent luminescence. The fabric itself appears to breathe with the quiet stillness of the room, awaiting your touch. You approach the couch, your bare feet making no sound on the cool, smooth mosaic. Your hand reaches out slowly, deliberately, towards the draped chiton. Your fingertips make first contact with the finely woven linen. The fabric feels incredibly soft and cool against your skin, a delicate caress. You notice the subtle, almost imperceptible texture of its weave, the individual threads so fine they are barely discernible, yet contributing to its remarkable strength and drape. The linen is perfectly clean, emanating a faint, crisp scent of sun-dried air, and the subtle, natural aroma of the flax it came from. With a gentle, unhurried motion, you lift a section of the chiton, allowing it to unfurl slightly. The movement creates the softest sound, a whisper of fabric against air, a delicate rustle that quickly fades into the room's quietude. You feel the surprising, almost weightless quality of the garment in your hands, its generous length flowing effortlessly. The fabric drapes over your arm with an elegant fluidity, its cool softness, a comforting presence against your skin. You let it settle, observing how the lamplight catches its folds, creating soft, shifting shadows that deepen its pure white hue. You pause, holding the chiton, appreciating the meticulous craftsmanship of its weave, the simple elegance of its form. The cool, soft linen, ready for the evening, feels like a gentle invitation to rest and transition into the quiet hours ahead. The subtle scent of the fabric, the soft glow of the lamp, and the profound quiet of the chamber combine to create a deeply calming atmosphere. You take a slow, deep breath, allowing the peaceful anticipation of the evening to settle within you, feeling the soft, cool linen in your hands, a tangible connection to the quiet unfolding of your night. The linen chiton, soft and cool, now rests gently across your arm as you turn from the quiet of your sleeping chamber. The subtle scent of fresh fabric follows you as you step from the mosaic floor, the familiar coolness beneath your feet, and move through the villa's softly lit corridors. The evening deepens outside, a profound quiet settling over the city, and a faint, comforting warmth begins to emanate from a distant part of your home. This gentle warmth, mingled with the subtle aroma of herbs and olive oil, guides you towards the heart of your villa's culinary preparations. You enter the kitchen, a spacious, high-ceilinged chamber that, even in the evening, is meticulously clean and orderly. The air is immediately warmer here, humid with the gentle steam of simmering liquids and fragrant with the rich earthy scents of fresh herbs, roasted vegetables, and a delicate hint of baking bread. Multiple bronze oil lamps, suspended from the ceiling and placed on low, polished cedar tables, cast a warm, steady glow across the large, smooth marble surfaces and the array of finely crafted ceramic pots. The light is soft, illuminating the quiet industry of your household staff. A quiet attendant stands at a long, cool marble counter, their hands moving with practiced, unhurried grace. They are carefully peeling a cluster of small, ripe tomatoes, their fingers tracing the taut, smooth skin with delicate precision. The soft, almost imperceptible sound of the knife as it glides through the thin skin is the only sound, a gentle whisper that speaks of focused attention. You watch as the vibrant red skin curls away in long, continuous strips, revealing the moist, deeper crimson flesh beneath. The subtle, fresh scent of tomato, sharp and sweet, momentarily rises into the air. Nearby, another attendant tends to a wide, shallow bronze brazier, its coals glowing with a soft, steady heat. A large, dark ceramic pot, its surface smooth and cool to the touch, rests gently on the warming coals. From its opening, a delicate wisp of steam rises, carrying the rich, savory aroma of gently simmering lentils, mingled with wild oregano and a hint of garlic. The attendant stirs the contents with a long, slender wooden spoon, the soft clink of the spoon against the ceramic, a gentle, rhythmic sound. You observe the slow, circular motion of their arm, the unhurried grace of their movements, ensuring the meal cooks perfectly, without haste. On another section of the marble counter, a third attendant is meticulously arranging a selection of small, shallow ceramic bowls onto a circular, polished cypress tray. Each bowl is a delicate piece, hand-thrown and glazed in a soft, creamy white. They are placed with careful precision, a soft, almost weightless tap, as each ceramic piece meets the smooth wood of the tray. The attendant's fingers, nimble and precise, adjust each bowl until its position is perfect, creating a harmonious, elegant display. You notice the subtle variations in the glaze, the tiny, almost invisible imperfections that speak of handcrafted authenticity. The cool, smooth ceramic feels substantial and refined. The kitchen, despite its activity, maintains a profound sense of calm efficiency. There is no hurried movement, no sharp sounds, only the gentle, rhythmic cadence of preparation. The air is thick with comforting aromas, a sensory promise of the simple, elegant meal to come. You stand for a moment, enveloped by the warmth and the quiet industry, feeling a deep sense of contentment. The soft glow of the lamps, the subtle sounds of cooking, and the pervasive fragrance of the evening meal create a peaceful cocoon, inviting your mind to settle, to quiet, as the night gently deepens. The comforting warmth and rich aromas of the kitchen, where your evening meal had been meticulously prepared, now softly recede behind you. You step from the bustling heart of the villa, the familiar marble cool beneath your feet, and move towards an open archway, sensing the gentle shift from contained warmth to the expansive, cooling air of the outer peristyle. Your bare feet, which have felt the day's varied textures, now glide across the smooth, cool marble of the pathway, a grounding sensation. The evening air, now a delicate balance of lingering warmth from the day and emerging coolness of the approaching night, carries the subtle scent of damp earth, mingled with the faint, sweet perfume of night-blooming jasmine from the nearby trellises. You find your way to a secluded section of the outer peristyle, where a low, smoothly polished marble bench, adorned with a thick, richly woven wool cushion, invites you to rest. You settle onto its cool, firm surface, feeling the soft, yielding give of the cushion beneath you, the gentle support against your back as your spine subtly adjusts. Your feet rest lightly on the smooth, cool marble floor, the subtle coolness a welcome sensation. Your gaze lifts towards the darkening sky, a canvas of deep indigo beginning to unveil the first, faint pinpricks of emerging stars, each one a distant, silent spark. As the last vestiges of daylight soften and fade into the horizon, painting the western sky with muted hues of rose and violet, a new presence begins to drift on the evening breeze. It is a sound, delicate and distant, yet remarkably clear in the deepening quiet. The first few notes of a lyre, played with practiced artistry from a neighboring estate, reach your ears. They are pure, resonant tones, each note distinct, yet blending seamlessly into a gentle, unhurried melody. The sound is not intrusive, but rather a soft, melodic thread, woven with exquisite precision into the very fabric of the evening, a calming presence that seems to float effortlessly through the still, cool air. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing the sound to wash over you, to gently fill the space within your mind. Each plucked string produces a clear, bell-like quality, a precise vibration that resonates softly, its delicate echo dissolving into the vastness of the dusk. You can almost feel the gentle strumming, the careful, deliberate placement of fingers on the strings, even from this considerable distance. There are subtle, perfectly timed pauses between the melodic phrases, brief moments of profound quiet that allow the previous notes to fully dissipate, leaving only a lingering, sweet memory in your mind before the next sequence of harmonious sounds begins. The rhythm is slow, contemplative, never hurried, perfectly attuned to the peaceful, unhurried transition of the day into night. You notice the delicate rise and fall of the melody, a gentle undulation that soothes your senses, drawing your attention away from any lingering thoughts. Interspersed with the lyre's distant song, you might hear the soft, rhythmic chirping of crickets from the nearby garden, a continuous, low hum that forms a natural, organic bass line to the more refined, structured notes of the instrument. The air around you feels cool against your exposed skin, a gentle caress that carries the subtle scent of the jasmine, which deepens, becoming more potent and intoxicating in the evening stillness. You might also detect a faint, dry scent of warmed earth, a grounding aroma that rises from the garden beds as the day's heat slowly releases. You lean back slightly into the soft, yielding cushion, feeling the smooth, cool marble beneath the textile, a solid, ancient connection to the very foundations of your home. The distant calming notes of the lyre which had so gracefully woven through the dusk-filled peristyle now gently fade into the deepening quiet of the Athenian night. You rise from the marble bench, leaving behind the lingering scent of jasmine and the subtle coolness of the stone. Your bare feet, which have felt the varied textures of your villa throughout the day, now guide you with an unhurried pace towards a more elevated vantage point. A quiet sense of anticipation, a gentle pull towards the vast, open sky draws you. You step into the base of your private observation tower, a sturdy, cylindrical structure of ancient, weathered stone. The air inside is cool, still, and carries the dry, mineral scent of old, unyielding rock. Your bare feet meet the first step of a winding stone staircase, each step a broad, flat slab of local limestone, worn smooth by centuries of ascent. You begin to climb, slowly, deliberately, your weight shifting with a quiet, rhythmic cadence. Each step makes a soft, almost imperceptible thump as your heel settles, followed by the gentle, brushing sound of your toes gliding forward. The rough, cool stone wall of the tower curves gently around you, a solid, unwavering presence that guides your upward journey. As you ascend, the ambient sounds of the villa below, a distant, muted clink from the kitchens, the soft murmur of a servant preparing for the night, gradually recede, replaced by a profound, enveloping quiet. The air grows subtly cooler with each turn of the staircase, becoming crisper, carrying a faint, clean scent of the high, open air. You reach the final step, feeling its familiar, solid weight underfoot, and emerge onto the open-air platform at the very top of the tower. Here, the night sky unfolds above you with breathtaking grandeur, a velvety expanse of deep, inky blue. The air is wonderfully cool and fresh against your exposed skin, a gentle, invigorating caress that seems to awaken your senses. You move towards the low, smooth marble railing that encircles the platform, its surface cool and solid as your hands rest upon it. The marble, polished to a subtle sheen, reflects the faint light from the distant city, a quiet, luminous band on the horizon. Your gaze lifts, drawn upwards to the spectacle above. The first bright stars have already pierced the darkening blue, appearing as tiny, precise pinpricks of pure light, each one a distant, silent beacon. As your eyes adjust, more and more stars begin to emerge, like countless delicate silver dust motes slowly appearing on a vast, dark cloth. You watch them, not seeking to identify constellations, but simply to observe their quiet, unhurried appearance, their steady, unwavering glow. The sheer number of them, each one a distant sun, fills the sky with a profound sense of scale and peaceful wonder. The subtle, almost imperceptible movement of the earth itself, carrying you silently through space, seems to make the stars appear to slowly drift into view, an endless, silent procession. Below you, stretching into the vast, velvety darkness, lies the Aegean Sea. Its surface is a deep, shimmering black, reflecting the nascent starlight with a subtle, almost liquid glow. You might catch a fleeting, almost imperceptible sparkle on the water, a tiny, dancing point of light as a distant wave catches a reflection. Far, far out, beyond the reach of the city's soft glow, you can discern the faint, steady pinpricks of light from a few solitary fishing boats, tiny brave lanterns adrift on the immense, dark expanse. The sound of the sea, once a gentle lapping, now reaches you as a profound, continuous murmur, a deep, rhythmic sigh that seems to rise from the very depths of the earth, blending seamlessly with the stillness of the night. It is a soft, hypnotic sound, a gentle, pervasive hum that seems to hold the entire world in its embrace. The vast, cool expanse of the night sky, where the stars had quietly emerged above the Aegean, now slowly begins to draw you back from the heights of your observation tower. You descend the winding stone staircase with a slow, deliberate rhythm, each broad step a familiar pressure beneath your bare feet. The crisp, cool night air, once invigorating, gradually softens as you move deeper into the villa's inner quiet, the distant murmur of the sea now a barely perceptible whisper, a fading memory of the vast, open space. The cool, smooth marble of the hallway, a path you know intimately, guides you towards your sleeping chamber, where the night's profound stillness awaits. You step into the familiar serenity of your room, the air imbued with the faint, clean scent of fresh linen and the subtle, earthy aroma of beeswax from the polished cedar furnishings. A single, bronze oil lamp, its flame a soft, unwavering amber, has been lit by an attendant, casting a gentle, warm glow over the space, illuminating patches of the mosaic floor in muted blues and creams. The large, arched window reveals the velvety expanse of the night sky, now a deeper, richer indigo, with the stars gleaming more brightly, a silent, cosmic backdrop to the quiet intimacy of your chamber. Your gaze settles on the low, elegantly carved wooden bedside table beside your sleeping platform. Upon its smooth, dark surface, a small, perfectly formed ceramic vase, its glaze a soft, creamy white, stands awaiting its delicate charge. Beside it, a cluster of freshly picked jasmine blossoms rests on a small, round leaf of dark green myrtle, their tiny, star-like petals a pure, luminous white against the deep green. They emit an intoxicating, sweet perfume that already begins to fill the immediate air around the table, a fragrant promise of tranquility that settles softly around you. You approach the table with unhurried grace, your fingers reaching out towards the small, exquisite flowers. Your fingertips make first contact with the delicate petals of a single jasmine blossom. The petals feel incredibly soft, almost ethereal, a cool, velvety texture beneath your touch, each one a tiny, precise marvel. You notice the subtle, intricate structure of each flower, its precise, star-like form, perfectly sculpted by nature. The subtle, sweet scent intensifies as you lift the bloom, a concentrated burst of perfume that wraps itself around your senses, a gentle, fragrant embrace. With deliberate care, you begin to arrange the blossoms within the ceramic vase. The vase, cool and smooth to the touch, has a delicate weight, its opening just wide enough to cradle the slender stems. You hold a small cluster of jasmine, their stems delicate and pliant between your fingers, and gently lower them into the vase. There is a faint, soft plink as the first few drops of cool, clear water, already present within the vase, are disturbed by the descending stems. The sound is barely a whisper, yet it resonates in the profound quiet, a small, perfect punctuation in the stillness of the night. You adjust the blossoms with the utmost tenderness, feeling the delicate resistance of the stems as they settle into the water, finding their natural balance. Each flower is positioned with quiet intention, allowing its tiny white head to face outwards, its sweet fragrance to unfurl and mingle with the rising steam from the cool water. The cool water, now gently disturbed, reflects the soft lamplight, creating tiny, shimmering ripples around the submerged stems, a miniature, private dance of light. A faint, almost imperceptible sound accompanies the subtle movement of the stems against the smooth ceramic as you find their perfect arrangement, creating a harmonious display. The intoxicating perfume of the jasmine now pervades the entire chamber, a fragrant cloud of peace that settles around you. You step back slightly, observing the delicate beauty of the arranged blossoms. The intoxicating perfume of the freshly arranged jasmine blossoms, which now graces your bedside table, settles gently in the air of your sleeping chamber. The faint, subtle scent of cool water from the vase mingles with the sweet fragrance, creating a delicate, soothing atmosphere. The single bronze oil lamp casts its soft, unwavering amber glow, illuminating the room in a gentle, comforting dimness. Outside, the night deepens, the stars gleaming with an even greater brilliance through the arched window, their silent presence a distant, tranquil backdrop. You turn from the bedside table, your bare feet making no sound on the cool, smooth mosaic floor. Your gaze falls upon your sleep couch, a long, elegant piece crafted from dark, polished cypress wood. It stands ready, a haven of rest in the quiet chamber. The frame of the couch is simple, yet exquisitely carved, its lines flowing with an understated grace. A thick, deeply padded mattress, filled with the softest wool, rests upon it, covered by layers of fine, cool linen sheets and a light, woven wool blanket, all meticulously smoothed and inviting. You approach the couch with slow, unhurried steps. Your hand reaches out, your fingertips hovering for a moment before making contact with the polished cypress wood of the couch frame. The wood feels wonderfully cool and smooth beneath your touch, a sensation of solid, unwavering strength. You trace the subtle, almost imperceptible grain of the cypress, feeling its fine, silken texture, the meticulous polish of its surface. There is a faint, dry scent of aged wood, a deep, comforting aroma that emanates from the cypress, mingling subtly with the pervasive jasmine perfume. With a gentle, deliberate movement, you ease yourself onto the couch. The mattress yields softly beneath your weight, the wool filling adapting to the contours of your body with a quiet, sighing release of air. The fine linen sheet, cool and crisp, brushes against your skin as you settle, its delicate weave a familiar comfort. You feel the subtle resistance of the soft wool blanket as you draw it up, its light weight a comforting presence over your limbs. The cool, smooth cypress frame provides a solid, unwavering support along your back and beneath your head, a grounding sensation that helps to release any lingering tension. You adjust your position slightly, allowing your body to sink deeper into the plush comfort of the mattress. The linen sheets feel incredibly soft against your skin, a smooth, cool caress that invites relaxation. You close your eyes, allowing the soft, rhythmic flicker of the oil lamp, which is now just beyond your direct line of sight, to create a gentle, internal dance of light and shadow behind your eyelids. The subtle warmth from the lamp, a distant, comforting presence, radiates softly into the cool air of the chamber. The pervasive quiet of the room is profound, broken only by the soft, almost imperceptible murmur of the night outside, a gentle, continuous hum that seems to blend seamlessly with the sweet, intoxicating perfume of the jasmine. You take a slow, deep breath, inhaling the delicate fragrance, allowing it to fill your lungs, then releasing it completely. The cool, Smooth cypress wood beneath you, the soft, crisp linen against your skin, and the enveloping quiet of the chamber create a profound sense of peace. You feel perfectly held, perfectly at ease, as your body sinks deeper into the comforting embrace of the sleep couch. The soft, gentle touch of the linen, the subtle scent of jasmine, and the deep, pervasive stillness of the night now become the only realities, inviting a profound and unhurried rest to settle over you, a tranquil descent into sleep. The deep, pervasive quiet of your sleep couch, where the cool cypress wood cradled your form, now holds you in its gentle embrace. The jasmine scent, a fragrant veil from your bedside, subtly shifts, as a quiet urge to revisit a cherished poet stirs within you, drawing you from the soft linen. The night outside your arched window is a velvety expanse, dotted with countless brilliant stars, their silent light a distant, tranquil presence. You ease yourself from the plush mattress, the fine linen sheets whispering softly as you move. Your bare feet meet the cool, smooth mosaic floor, each tessera a distinct, grounding sensation beneath your soles. The single oil lamp, which had earlier cast its amber glow, has been turned low by an attendant, leaving the chamber in a comforting, velvety dimness, a prelude to deeper rest. You move with unhurried grace towards a small, round table positioned near the window, its surface a dark, polished ebony, reflecting the faint starlight. Upon the ebony table, a single slender beeswax candle rests in a weighty, ornate bronze holder. Its unlit wick, a fine, dark thread, stands perfectly upright, promising a gentle flame. Your fingers slowly extend towards the smooth, cool surface of the candle, feeling its subtle, yielding firmness beneath your thumb. The bronze holder, cool and substantial, has a faint, metallic scent that mingles with the sweet, pure aroma of the beeswax, a clean, natural fragrance. You reach for a small, polished bronze taper, its slender form cool and smooth in your hand. With a delicate, precise movement, you bring the taper's tip to the low-burning flame of the distant oil lamp, allowing it to catch the ember with a soft, almost inaudible dip, breach. A tiny yellow spark blooms, quickly growing into a steady, miniature flame at the taper's end. You then bring this small, dancing light to the wick of the beeswax candle. There is a soft, gentle pop as the wick ignites, and a tiny, perfect flame immediately springs to life, casting a small, warm circle of flickering light on the ebony table. The subtle, sweet scent of melting beeswax, warm and pure, begins to fill the immediate air around you, a comforting aroma. From a low, open compartment beneath the table, you carefully retrieve a small, rolled papyrus scroll. It is bound with a thin, crimson silk ribbon, its delicate fibers feeling smooth and cool against your fingertips. The papyrus itself is aged, a soft, creamy yellow, its edges softened by countless readings. You feel its delicate weight, the dry, fibrous texture of its tightly rolled form. With slow, deliberate movements, you untie the silk ribbon, allowing it to unfurl with a soft, almost inaudible swish, its delicate material pooling gently on the dark wood. You begin to unroll the scroll, holding it gently with both hands. The papyrus unfurls with a soft, dry rustle, a sound like dry leaves shifting in a gentle breeze, revealing the elegant, familiar script of a cherished poet. The flickering light of the single beeswax candle dances across the ancient characters, making them appear to subtly shift and breathe on the page. Each letter, meticulously penned in rich, dark ink, catches the light, then recedes into gentle shadow with the candle's rhythmic sway. You trace the lines with your gaze, allowing the words to slowly, unhurriedly, unfold in your mind, their ancient wisdom a quiet companion. In the deep stillness of the night, you hold the scroll steady, allowing your eyes to absorb the beauty of the verse, the quiet rhythm of the language. The soft, flickering light casts long, dancing shadows on the nearby wall, a mesmerizing, silent ballet of light and dark. The warmth from the candle, a gentle, steady presence, radiates softly against your hands as they hold the cool papyrus. The pervasive scent of warm beeswax and ancient paper fills your senses, creating a profound sense of peace. The ancient verses, their wisdom absorbed by the soft, flickering light of the beeswax candle, now gently release your attention. You carefully re-roll the papyrus scroll, feeling its dry, fibrous texture, and tie it with the crimson silk ribbon, a delicate, almost inaudible swish of fabric. The subtle, sweet scent of melting beeswax from the candle still perfumes the immediate air, a comforting aroma in the profound quiet of your study. You ease back into the plush comfort of your reading chair, its worn leather cushions yielding softly beneath you, a familiar embrace. The single beeswax candle continues its gentle, rhythmic flicker on the ebony table, casting its small, warm circle of light. Beyond this intimate glow, the rest of the study lies in a comforting, velvety dimness, its contours softened by the night. The scent of old wood and parchment, a constant presence, settles around you. Your gaze begins to drift, slowly and unhurriedly, across the familiar contours of your private study. It is a space designed for quiet thought, a sanctuary of learning and contemplation. Your eyes move first to the tall, dark cedar shelves that line the walls, rising almost to the high ceiling. Each shelf is meticulously filled with tightly rolled papyrus scrolls, their labels, written in your own precise hand, barely visible in the soft, ambient light. You notice the subtle variations in the color of the papyrus, from creamy white to a deep-aged ochre, each one a silent repository of knowledge. You observe the elegant, simple lines of the carved wooden furniture, the solid, dark walnut of your writing desk, where earlier the fresh wax had been prepared, the smooth, polished surface of the small ebony cabinet where illustrated scrolls reside. Each piece is crafted with a timeless artistry, its form and function perfectly balanced, its materials exuding a quiet dignity. The faint, almost imperceptible gleam of polished wood catches the distant light, a subtle shimmer that speaks of meticulous care. Your gaze then travels to the high, narrow windows, their alabaster panels now completely dark against the night. They are like silent, opaque eyes, guarding the interior quiet. You recall the soft, diffused light they filtered during the day, creating a tranquil atmosphere for study. Now they simply hold the darkness at bay, allowing the warmth and light of the study to remain contained, intimate. The air in the study is perfectly still, holding the subtle sense of ancient paper, cedarwood, and warm beeswax, creating a continuous, comforting fragrance. You might notice the faint, almost imperceptible shadow cast by a small, perfectly formed bronze oil lamp, unused tonight, resting on a corner shelf. Its ancient, patinated surface, once reflecting the golden light of morning, now absorbs the dimness, a quiet, stoic presence in the soft gloom. You observe the subtle textures of the woven wool rug beneath your feet, its deep, earthy tones blending into the shadowed floor, muffling any sound, contributing to the profound quiet. The only movement in the room is the gentle, rhythmic flicker of the single beeswax candle, causing the shadows on the walls to subtly lengthen and contract, a slow, silent dance. This quiet, dancing light becomes a gentle focal point, a mesmerizing presence that draws your awareness into a deeper state of calm. The warmth from the candle, a constant, soft caress, radiates against your hands as they rest gently on your lap. The profound quiet of the study, the familiar contours of its furnishings, and the soft, steady glow of the candle all combine to create a perfect cocoon of tranquility. You take a slow, deep breath, allowing the peaceful familiarity of your surroundings to settle deep within you, inviting a profound and unhurried rest to gather around you. The last, lingering warmth of the beeswax candle, which had illuminated the ancient verses in your study, now gently fades as you extinguish its tiny flame with a soft, almost inaudible puff. The profound quiet of the room deepens, embracing the settled wisdom of the unrolled scroll. You rise from the comfortable reading chair, its worn leather cushions giving a soft, sighing release of air, and step from the intellectual sanctuary. The night outside the high windows is now a vast, velvety expanse, deeply silent, drawing you towards its quiet contemplation. You move through the villa's inner passages, the cool, smooth marble floor, a familiar guide beneath your bare feet. The air here, once carrying the dry scent of parchment, gradually shifts, becoming cooler, imbued with the faint, clean aroma of night air and the subtle, resinous scent of distant evergreens. You pass through an arched doorway, its polished cedar frame cool to the touch, and emerge into a secluded section of your private garden. Here, the darkness is profound, yet gentle, softened by the ambient starlight that filters through the vast, open sky. The path beneath your feet transitions from marble to fine, smooth gravel, each step a soft, almost cushioned crunch, a delicate, rhythmic sound that quickly fades into the pervasive quiet. The air is wonderfully cool against your exposed skin, a refreshing caress that seems to awaken your senses to the subtle movements of the night. Your gaze is drawn to the tall, slender cypress trees that line the farthest edge of your garden. Their dark, columnar forms rise with a quiet dignity against the deep indigo of the night sky, their pointed tips seeming to pierce the star-dusted heavens. Even in the dim light, you can discern the dense, intricate texture of their foliage, a dark, almost velvety green that absorbs the faint starlight. A low, smoothly polished stone bench, its surface cool and unyielding, invites you to rest beneath the sheltering branches of a particularly ancient, broad-limbed olive tree, whose gnarled trunk offers a solid, comforting presence. You settle onto the cool stone, feeling its firm, grounding support beneath you. Your back rests against the rough, textured bark of the olive tree, its ancient strength a quiet anchor. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing your body to sink deeper into the stillness, feeling the subtle coolness of the night air on your face, a gentle, continuous caress. The air carries the faint, dry scent of pine needles and cypress resin, mingled with the earthy aroma of damp soil, a grounding perfume of the ancient landscape. As you rest, your attention is drawn to the subtle movements in the upper branches of the cypress trees. A gentle night breeze, almost imperceptible at first, begins to stir through their dense, needle-like foliage. It creates a soft, continuous shoes ekansa sound, a dry, whispering rustle that is distinct from the broader, softer sigh of the olive leaves. This rhythmic sway of the cypress branches is slow, unhurried, a gentle undulation that seems to breathe with the quiet rhythm of the night. You listen intently, noticing the slight variations in its volume and pace as the breeze strengthens, then softens, then strengthens again, a continuous, soothing murmur. You open your eyes, observing the silent, rhythmic dance of the cypress silhouettes against the faint starlight. Each tall, slender form sways with an incredible grace, a slow, pendulum-like motion that is both mesmerizing and deeply calming. The tiny, needle-like leaves, though dark, seem to catch and reflect the faintest pinpricks of starlight, creating a subtle, almost imperceptible shimmer within the swaying branches, a silent, internal sparkle. The shadows they cast lengthen and contract with the same gentle rhythm, a quiet, fluid interplay of light and dark that seems to stretch and breathe with the pervasive stillness of the garden. The gentle, rhythmic sway of the cypress trees, which had whispered in the night breeze, now slowly recedes behind you. You rise from the cool stone bench beneath the ancient olive tree, leaving the resinous scent of evergreens in the vast, starlit garden behind. Your bare feet, which have felt the varied textures of your villa throughout the day, now guide you with an unhurried pace from the fine gravel path onto the smooth, cool marble of the inner corridors. The cool night air, once invigorating, gradually softens as you move deeper into the hushed interior of your sleeping villa. You walk with slow, deliberate steps through the quiet passages, the marble floor a familiar, cool presence beneath your soles. Each step is almost entirely silent, a soft, weightless glide across the polished stone. The air here is profoundly still, imbued with the faint, clean scent of old wood, and the subtle lingering aroma of beeswax from the day's polishings. The oil lamps, once casting their warm glow, have been turned down to their lowest setting by the thoughtful attendants, leaving the corridors in a comforting, velvety dimness, a soft, muted expanse of shadow and faint, ambient luminescence. You pause in the central peristyle, the grand inner courtyard now a profound well of darkness, open to the silent, star-dusted sky above. The large, fluted marble columns, which caught the light and shadow in the late afternoon, now stand as magnificent, silent sentinels, their forms softened by the deep night. The fountain, which murmured continuously throughout the day, is now completely still, its marble basin a quiet, dark mirror, reflecting the faint starlight. The absence of its gentle splashing is a profound quietude, a deeper layer of peace that settles over the heart of the villa. You notice the subtle coolness of the air here, a fresh breath drawn from the open sky, carrying the faintest, clean scent of night-blooming jasmine, a ghost of its earlier perfume. Your gaze drifts across the peristyle, observing the deep, pervasive stillness that embraces every corner of the sleeping villa. In a secluded alcove, just beyond the soft glow of a distant, almost extinguished lamp, you discern the form of a sleeping attendant. They lie peacefully on a simple, low cot, covered by a thin, undyed linen cloth. Their breathing is soft, deep, and perfectly rhythmic, a gentle, continuous sigh that is barely audible, yet profoundly comforting in its regularity. It is a sound that speaks of complete repose, of a body utterly at peace, and it resonates with the deep quiet of the sleeping household, a subtle, living counterpoint to the profound stillness. You observe their stillness for a long moment, a quiet appreciation for the unseen rhythms that maintain the villa's tranquil order even in slumber. The air around them seems to hum with a quiet, undisturbed energy, a testament to the peaceful, ordered life that flows through these ancient walls. The scent of clean linen, mingled with the faint, earthy aroma of their quiet presence, adds another layer of subtle comfort to the air. You take a slow, deep breath, allowing the profound peace of their sleep to settle within you, a gentle invitation to your own approaching rest. You move on, continuing your slow, silent path towards your own sleeping chamber, the mosaic floor, familiar since this morning, now a cool, patterned comfort beneath your feet. The jasmine blossoms on your bedside table, arranged earlier, now emit an even more potent, sweet perfume in the deep stillness of the night, a fragrant promise of tranquility that settles softly around you. The single bronze oil lamp, its flame turned low, casts a gentle, warm glow over your couch, its cypress wood frame a dark, inviting presence in the soft dimness. You approach your sleep couch, the fine linen sheets whispering softly as you near. The profound quiet of the sleeping villa, where the distant, rhythmic breathing of an attendant had blended with the deep stillness of the night, now gently holds you. You ease from the comforting embrace of your sleep couch, the fine linen sheets whispering softly as you move. The sweet, intoxicating perfume of the jasmine blossoms from your bedside table still subtly scents the air, a delicate, fragrant memory of the evening's tranquility. The single oil lamp, turned low, casts a soft amber glow, illuminating patches of the mosaic floor in muted blues and creams, familiar since the morning's first light. Your bare feet meet the cool, smooth mosaic, each tessera a distinct, grounding sensation beneath your soles. You move with unhurried grace through the soft dimness of your chamber, drawn by a quiet, gentle warmth emanating from a secluded corner of the villa. This subtle warmth, mingled with the faint, comforting aroma of dried herbs and simmering water, guides you towards a more intimate space, a small, private kitchen nook. You step into the kitchen nook, a compact yet exquisitely appointed space, designed for quiet, personal preparations. The air here is immediately warmer, humid with the gentle steam of heating water, and fragrant with the clean, earthy scent of various dried herbs. A single small bronze oil lamp, its flame a steady, low amber, casts a focused glow upon a smooth, dark marble counter. The light is soft, illuminating a collection of precisely crafted ceramic vessels and a small bundle of dried herbs. Your gaze settles on a small, perfectly formed ceramic kettle, its surface a deep, earthy terracotta, resting gently on a low, steady tripod over a few glowing charcoal embers. A delicate plume of steam already rises from its narrow spout, creating a faint, almost imperceptible hiss as the water within approaches its gentle boil. The terracotta feels warm to the touch, radiating a soft, even heat. The subtle scent of wood smoke from the embers, clean and dry, mingles with the rising steam. Beside the kettle, in a small, shallow basket woven from fine reeds, lies a selection of dried herbs. You reach out, your fingers hovering for a moment before selecting a small cluster of dried chamomile flowers. Their tiny, delicate heads, a pale, muted yellow. The dried flowers feel incredibly light and brittle between your fingertips, their texture a dry, papery whisper. As you gently crush a few between your thumb and forefinger, a delicate, sweet, apple-like aroma is released, a comforting and familiar scent that promises relaxation. With a slow, deliberate motion, you take a small, finely woven linen sachet, its fabric thin and translucent. You carefully place the dried chamomile flowers into the sachet, feeling their dry, crumbly texture as they settle within the soft cloth. A faint, dry rustle accompanies this movement, a delicate sound that quickly fades into the quiet hum of the heating water. The sachet itself feels soft and light in your hand, its fine weave allowing the delicate fragrance of the chamomile to easily permeate the air. As the water in the ceramic kettle reaches a gentle, rolling boil, the faint hiss intensifies slightly, a soft, continuous, soft sound that fills the small space. You carefully lift the sachet of chamomile, its delicate form suspended between your fingers, and gently lower it into a small, deep ceramic cup, its surface a creamy white. The cup, cool and smooth to the touch, has a subtle weight in your hand. With unhurried precision, you lift the warm terracotta kettle from its tripod. The ceramic feels substantial and warm in your hands. You pour the hot water over the chamomile sachet in the cup. There's a soft, gentle glug-glug as the water fills the cup, and immediately a rich, sweet steam rises, carrying the full, potent aroma of the chamomile, now infused with the warmth of the water. The fragrant steam of the chamomile infusion, which had risen so gently in your private kitchen nook, now envelops you completely. The warm ceramic cup, its smooth surface a comforting weight in your hands, holds the promise of deep relaxation. The single oil lamp continues its soft amber glow, illuminating the small space in a quiet, inviting dimness. Outside, the night deepens, the villa settling into its profound, peaceful slumber. You carry the warm ceramic cup with unhurried grace, its surface radiating a gentle heat against your palms. The chamomile sachet, still nestled within the liquid, sends up a continuous, delicate wisp of steam, carrying the full, sweet, apple-like aroma of the infused herbs. You move slowly from the kitchen nook, the cool mosaic floor, a familiar presence beneath your bare feet, and return to the serene quiet of your sleeping chamber. You settle back onto your sleep couch, the plush wool mattress yielding softly, its fine linen sheets cool and crisp against your skin. The cypress wood frame, smooth and polished, offers its solid, unwavering support. You arrange the soft wool blanket over your limbs, its light weight a comforting presence. The jasmine blossoms on your bedside table, their sweet perfume now subtly mingled with the chamomile, add another layer of delicate fragrance to the air. You bring the warm ceramic cup closer to your lips. The smooth, cool rim of the cup makes first contact, a delicate sensation against your skin. You inhale deeply, allowing the warm, earthy aroma of the chamomile infusion to fill your lungs. It is a pure, comforting scent, subtly sweet, a fragrant cloud that seems to draw all tension from your being. You feel the steam, light and warm, rise to gently caress your nostrils and the delicate skin around your mouth, a soothing, humid embrace. With a slow, deliberate motion, you take a measured sip. The warm liquid spreads across your tongue, a delicate warmth that immediately begins to soothe your palate. The taste is subtle, earthy, with a gentle, natural sweetness that lingers pleasantly. You feel the warmth of the infusion as it travels down your throat, a comforting, internal glow that spreads throughout your chest, easing any lingering coolness from the night air. The liquid is incredibly smooth, almost silken, a gentle stream of warmth that brings a deep sense of calm. You pause, holding the cup, allowing the warmth and flavor to fully register. Your eyes are half closed, observing the soft, rhythmic flicker of the oil lamp, which is now just beyond your direct line of sight, creating a gentle, internal dance of light and shadow behind your eyelids. The only sound is the soft, almost imperceptible murmur of the night outside, a continuous, low hum that blends seamlessly with the subtle sounds of your own quiet breathing. The cool, smooth cypress wood beneath you, the soft, crisp linen against your skin, and the enveloping quiet of the chamber create a profound sense of peace. You take another slow, deliberate sip, allowing the warm, soothing liquid to continue its gentle work. Each sip is a small, quiet ritual, a moment of pure, unhurried appreciation. The ceramic cup, warm and smooth in your hands, becomes an anchor to this tranquil moment, its delicate weight a comforting presence. The subtle scent of chamomile, the gentle warmth of the infusion, and the deep, pervasive stillness of the night now become the only realities. You feel perfectly held, perfectly at ease, as your body sinks deeper into the comforting embrace of the sleep couch. The soft, gentle touch of the linen, the subtle aroma of the herbs, and the profound quiet of the night now guide your mind into a tranquil, unburdened stillness, a deep and unhurried rest that softly gathers around you. The warm, earthy aroma of the chamomile infusion, which had so gently settled your senses, now slowly dissipates as you place the empty ceramic cup back on your bedside table. The subtle scent of jasmine still perfumes the air, a delicate, fragrant memory of the evening's tranquility. The single oil lamp, turned low, casts a soft, amber glow, illuminating patches of the mosaic floor in muted blues and creams, familiar since the morning's first light. Outside, the night deepens, the villa settling into its profound, peaceful slumber. You ease yourself from the plush mattress of your sleep couch, the fine linen sheets whispering softly as you move. Your bare feet meet the cool, smooth mosaic, each tessera a distinct, grounding sensation beneath your soles. The profound quiet of the chamber is unbroken, a deep, pervasive stillness that invites contemplation. You move with unhurried grace towards a small, polished cedar chest, its surface gleaming softly in the lamp's gentle glow, positioned near the arched window. The chest, crafted from dark, fragrant cedar wood, has a smooth, cool surface beneath your fingertips. You trace the delicate, inlaid bronze patterns on its lid, feeling their subtle, raised texture. With a gentle, unhurried motion, you lift the lid. A faint, dry scent of aged wood and stored linen wafts softly into the air. Inside, nestled on a bed of soft, undyed linen, rests a small, circular bronze mirror. Its surface, though once brilliant, now holds a faint, almost imperceptible film of oxidation, subtly muting its reflective quality. You lift the mirror, feeling its surprising, yet comforting, weight in your palm. The bronze is cool and smooth to the touch, its edges finely beveled. The back of the mirror is intricately engraved with a delicate, repetitive pattern of swirling motifs, each line a subtle, raised texture against your fingertips. You turn it over, observing the slightly dulled reflective surface, which still catches and softly diffuses the lamp's gentle glow. From a small, hidden compartment within the chest, you retrieve a square of fine, unbleached linen cloth. Its fabric is incredibly soft and smooth, almost silken, feeling wonderfully delicate against your skin. The linen is perfectly clean, emanating a faint, crisp scent of sun-dried air. You unfold it carefully, allowing its soft fibers to unfurl with a delicate, almost inaudible contourish. With slow, deliberate movements, you begin to gently polish the surface of the bronze mirror. Your fingers, wrapped in the soft linen, move in small, continuous circles across the metal. The cloth makes a faint, dry sound against the bronze, a soft, rhythmic whisper that speaks of dedication and meticulous care. You feel the subtle resistance of the cloth as it glides over the metal, slowly lifting away the faint film of oxidation. A subtle, almost imperceptible warmth begins to develop on the mirror's surface beneath your steady touch, a gentle heat that radiates into your fingertips. As you continue to polish, the bronze surface gradually transforms. The dullness recedes, replaced by a deep, rich luster, a brilliant, almost liquid sheen that begins to reflect the soft lamplight with increasing clarity. You watch as the flickering glow of the oil lamp, which was once diffused, now appears sharper, more defined in the mirror's newly polished surface, a miniature, dancing beacon of light. You pause, holding the mirror still, allowing your gaze to drift to the arched window. The soft moonlight, now a silvery presence, streams into the chamber. You gently tilt the mirror, allowing it to catch a sliver of this cool, ethereal light. The moonlight, once diffuse, now gathers on the mirror's surface, reflecting back a soft, luminous glow, a quiet, silvery sheen that seems to pulse with the tranquil rhythm of the night. The mirror, now polished to perfection, holds the soft moonlight within its depths, a silent, luminous pool of silver. The soft, silvery glow of moonlight, now perfectly reflected in the polished bronze mirror, slowly recedes as you gently place the gleaming object back into its cedar chest. The faint, clean scent of polished metal and aged wood subtly dissipates into the air. The single oil lamp, turned low, casts its soft amber glow, illuminating patches of the mosaic floor in muted blues and creams, familiar since the morning's first light. Outside, the night deepens, the villa settling into its profound, peaceful slumber. You rise from the small, round table, your bare feet making no sound on the cool, smooth mosaic. The subtle scent of jasmine still perfumes the air, a delicate, fragrant memory of the evening's tranquility. You move with unhurried grace towards a section of your sleeping chamber, where a low, broad cypress wood shelf is built into the wall, specifically designed for your collection of ostraca. This is a quiet ritual of organization, a gentle tidying of collected thoughts. The shelf, crafted from dark, polished cypress wood, feels cool and smooth beneath your fingertips as you approach. Its surface gleams softly in the lamp's gentle glow, reflecting the muted light. Upon it, arranged in neat, shallow rows, rests your collection of ostraca, fragments of pottery and limestone, each one bearing a carefully inscribed thought, a note, a reminder, or a brief sketch. They are of various sizes and shapes, each one unique, a tangible piece of ancient memory. You select one ostracon, its irregular shape fitting comfortably into the palm of your hand. The fragment of pottery feels cool and dry, its surface slightly rough, yet smoothed by the passage of time and countless touches. You trace the faint, dark lines of the inscription with your thumb, feeling the subtle, almost imperceptible raised texture of the dried ink against your skin. It is a single word, or perhaps a phrase, a fragment of an idea captured on this humble shard. The scent of ancient clay, dry and earthy, rises faintly from the ostracon, a grounding aroma. With slow, deliberate movements, you begin to rearrange the ostraca on the shelf. You lift one, its dry, ceramic surface making a faint, soft clink as it separates from its neighbors. You turn it gently in your fingers, examining its inscribed surface in the soft lamplight. allowing its brief message to register once more. You notice the subtle variations in the shades of the terracotta, from a pale, almost creamy orange to a deep, earthy red, each fragment telling a silent story of its origin. You place the ostracon back onto the shelf, but in a new position, carefully aligning its irregular edge with another, creating a subtle, quiet pattern. There is a soft, almost inaudible scrape as the rough edge of the pottery meets the smooth wood of the shelf, a delicate sound that quickly fades into the profound quiet. You repeat this process, lifting another ostracon, feeling its unique weight and texture, observing its inscription, then finding its new, harmonious placement. Each movement is unhurried, a meditative act of gentle order. You might find a fragment of pale, smooth limestone, its surface cooler and finer-grained than the pottery. The stylus marks on this piece feel subtly different, sharper, more precise against your fingertips. You hold it for a moment, appreciating its delicate fragility, the fleeting nature of the thought it contains, before carefully returning it to its place on the shelf, its cool surface making a faint, dry tap against the wood. The profound quiet of the chamber deepens with each deliberate movement, broken only by the soft, dry sounds of the ceramic fragments. The subtle scent of ancient clay and polished cypress wood fills the air, mingling with the pervasive jasmine perfume, creating a tranquil, grounding aroma. The soft, amber glow of the oil lamp, unwavering, illuminates the intricate patterns of the ostraca, a silent testament to collected wisdom. The quiet act of arranging your collection of ostraca, each fragment a silent thought now settled into its place, slowly draws to a close. The subtle scent of ancient clay and polished cypress wood, mingled with the pervasive jasmine perfume, softly dissipates into the air. The single oil lamp, turned low, casts its soft amber glow, illuminating patches of the mosaic floor in muted blues and creams, familiar since the morning's first light. Outside, the night deepens, the villa settling into its profound, peaceful slumber. You rise from the cypress wood shelf, your bare feet making no sound on the cool, smooth mosaic. The profound quiet of the chamber is unbroken, a deep, pervasive stillness that invites complete repose. You move with unhurried grace towards your sleep couch, its familiar cypress frame a dark, inviting presence in the soft dimness. The delicate jasmine blossoms on your bedside table, their sweet perfume now subtly mingled with the cool night air, continue their fragrant vigil. You settle onto your sleep couch, the plush wool mattress yielding softly, its fine linen sheets cool and crisp against your skin. The cypress wood frame, smooth and polished, offers its solid, unwavering support. You arrange the soft wool blanket over your limbs, its light weight, a comforting presence. Your body sinks deeper into the mattress, finding its familiar contours, releasing any lingering tension with a soft, almost imperceptible sigh. The large, arched window of your sleeping chamber, which faces east, is now open to the night. Through its wide expanse, the deep, velvety indigo of the sky is visible, studded with countless brilliant stars, each one a distant, silent beacon of light. From this open window, the cool night air drifts gently into your chamber. It is a soft, continuous current, a delicate caress against your exposed skin. You feel its subtle coolness first on your face, a refreshing touch that seems to smooth away any lingering warmth from the day. The air moves with an incredible slowness, a barely perceptible flow that causes the fine linen curtain, hanging loosely beside the window, to stir with the softest, most delicate ish sound. The fabric, thin and sheer, billows inward with a gentle, rhythmic motion, creating a visual undulation that is both mesmerizing and deeply calming. You watch its slow, silent dance, the fabric catching the faint starlight, appearing almost translucent in the profound dimness. The cool air carries a faint, clean scent of damp earth and the distant subtle salt tang of the Aegean, mingled with the pervasive, sweet perfume of the jasmine. You turn onto your side, allowing the cool air to flow freely across your face and neck. The sensation is one of profound refreshment, a gentle, continuous stream of coolness that seems to draw any remaining heat from your body. You feel the fine linen sheet, cool and crisp. Against your cheek, its delicate weave a familiar comfort. The soft wool blanket, light and breathable, provides just enough warmth to balance the coolness of the air, creating a perfect equilibrium of comfort. The only sounds are the soft, rhythmic rustle of the linen curtain, a continuous, gentle whisper that blends seamlessly with the distant, muted hum of the sleeping city, now almost entirely faded into the night. You might hear the faint, almost imperceptible chirping of crickets from the garden, a soft, continuous background hum that further emphasizes the profound stillness of the chamber. The cool night air, the delicate scent of jasmine, and the deep, pervasive quiet of the villa create a powerful sense of peace. You close your eyes, allowing the sensation of the cool air drifting across your skin to become the sole focus of your awareness. The gentle, rhythmic movement of the curtain, the subtle scent of the night, and the profound quiet of the chamber all combine to create a perfect cocoon of tranquility. The cool night air, which had drifted so gently through your open window, now continues its soft caress against your exposed skin. The fine linen curtain, still stirring with a delicate, rhythmic hish, adds a visual undulation to the profound quiet of your sleeping chamber. The subtle scent of jasmine, mingled with the clean aroma of the night, settles softly around you. The single oil lamp, turned low, casts its soft amber glow, illuminating patches of the mosaic floor in muted blues and creams, familiar since the morning's first light. Outside, the night deepens, the villa settling into its profound, peaceful slumber. You lie nestled on your sleep couch, the plush wool mattress yielding softly, its fine linen sheets cool and crisp against your skin. The cypress wood frame, smooth and polished, offers its solid, unwavering support. The soft wool blanket, light and breathable, provides just enough warmth to balance the coolness of the air, creating a perfect equilibrium of comfort. Your body sinks deeper into the mattress, finding its familiar contours, releasing any lingering tension with a soft, almost imperceptible sigh. Your eyes, half closed, gaze out through the open arched window, where the deep, velvety indigo of the night sky is studded with countless brilliant stars. The distant, muted hum of the sleeping city has now almost entirely faded, replaced by a profound, unbroken stillness. In this deep quiet, your attention is drawn to a sound so subtle, so gentle, it is almost a whisper on the very edge of hearing. From far away, beyond the villa walls, beyond the quiet garden, you begin to discern the faint, rhythmic sound of waves. It is the distant, almost imperceptible lapping of water on the shore of the Aegean Sea. The sound is incredibly soft, a continuous, gentle whoosh, that seems to rise and fall with an unhurried, natural rhythm. Each tiny wave, barely a ripple from this distance, makes its soft approach, touches the shore, and then quietly retreats, only to be followed by another and another in an endless hypnotic cycle. You listen intently, allowing the sound to wash over you, to gently fill the space within your mind. It is a profound, comforting presence, a natural lullaby that speaks of the vastness of the sea and the timeless rhythm of nature. The sound is never sharp, never demanding, but rather a soft, continuous murmur that seems to blend seamlessly with the stillness of the night. You can almost feel the cool, dark water, making its slow, gentle contact with the sand, each tiny, soft level of punctuation in the pervasive quiet. The cool night air continues to drift through the open window, a soft caress against your skin, carrying the faintest clean scent of salt from the distant sea, now subtly mingled with the pervasive, sweet perfume of the jasmine from your bedside. The rhythmic rustle of the linen curtain, a soft, continuous whisper, seems to synchronize with the distant lapping of the waves, creating a harmonious, lulling melody that draws your awareness deeper into repose. You turn slightly, adjusting your head on the cool linen pillow, allowing your ear to be perfectly attuned to this subtle, distant sound. The lapping of the waves becomes a gentle, hypnotic focus, a continuous, rhythmic pulse that seems to slow your own breathing, bringing it into perfect alignment with the unhurried cadence of the sea. All other thoughts recede, softening at the edges of your awareness, dissolved by the gentle, persistent rhythm. You take a slow, deep breath, allowing the profound peace of the distant waves to settle within you. The cool, crisp linen against your skin, the subtle scent of jasmine and sea salt, and the continuous, gentle lapping of the waves, all combine to create a perfect cocoon of tranquility. You feel perfectly held, perfectly at ease, as your body sinks deeper into the comforting embrace of the sleep couch. The distant, almost imperceptible lapping of waves on the shore, which had so gently lulled your senses, now blends seamlessly with the profound quiet of your sleeping chamber. You lie nestled on your sleep couch, the plush wool mattress yielding softly, its fine linen sheets cool and crisp against your skin. The cypress wood frame, smooth and polished, offers its solid, unwavering support. The soft wool blanket, light and breathable, provides just enough warmth to balance the coolness of the night air, creating a perfect equilibrium of comfort. You turn slowly onto your back, a subtle shift of weight against the soft mattress. The fine linen whispers softly as your body adjusts, a delicate quesh sound that quickly fades into the pervasive stillness. Your head rests comfortably on the cool linen pillow, its gentle support allowing your gaze to drift upwards, towards the large arched window that faces east. Through its wide, open expanse, the night sky unfolds above you, a spectacle of deep, inky blackness. Your eyes, now fully accustomed to the profound dimness, gaze into this vast, velvety dark. It is a blackness so deep it seems to absorb all light, yet it is not empty. Instead, it is studded with countless brilliant stars, each one a distant, precise pinprick of pure light. They appear as tiny, shimmering jewels scattered across an immense, dark cloth, each one a silent, unwavering beacon. You watch them, not seeking to identify constellations, but simply to observe their quiet, eternal presence. The sheer number of them, each a distant sun, fills the sky with a profound sense of scale and peaceful wonder, a quiet grandeur that seems to expand the very edges of your awareness. The cool night air continues to drift gently through the open window, a soft, continuous current that caresses your exposed skin. You feel its subtle coolness on your face, a refreshing touch that seems to smooth away any lingering warmth from the day. The air moves with an incredible slowness, a barely perceptible flow that causes the fine linen curtain, hanging loosely beside the window, to stir with the softest, most delicate chosh sound. The fabric, thin and sheer, billows inward with a gentle, rhythmic motion, creating a visual undulation that is both mesmerizing and deeply calming. You watch its slow, silent dance, the fabric catching the faint starlight, appearing almost translucent in the profound dimness. The air carries a faint, clean scent of damp earth, and the distant, subtle salt tang of the Aegean, now subtly mingled with the pervasive, sweet perfume of the jasmine from your bedside table. These delicate aromas blend into a single, comforting fragrance that seems to fill your lungs with each slow, deep breath. The rhythmic rustle of the linen curtain, a soft, continuous whisper, seems to synchronize with the subtle flow of the cool air, creating a harmonious, lulling melody that draws your awareness deeper into repose. The profound quiet of the chamber is unbroken, a deep, pervasive stillness that seems to emanate from the very walls of the sleeping villa. The distant, muted hum of the city has now entirely faded, replaced by an almost perfect silence. This silence is not empty, but rather a rich, full presence, a comforting embrace that holds you gently. You feel perfectly suspended within this quietude, between the cool crispness of the linen and the vast, starlit blackness beyond the window. You close your eyes, allowing the image of the deep, inky blackness, studded with its countless, silent stars, to imprint itself upon your inner vision. The gentle touch of the cool air, the subtle scent of jasmine and distant sea salt, and the profound, pervasive stillness of the night all combine to create a perfect cocoon of tranquility. You feel perfectly held, perfectly at ease, as your body sinks deeper into the comforting embrace of the sleep couch. The boundless, starlit blackness beyond your open window, which had filled your gaze with such profound wonder, now gently softens at the edges of your awareness. The distant, almost imperceptible lapping of waves on the shore, a continuous rhythmic whisper, begins to recede, becoming a faint, background hum. You lie nestled on your sleep couch, the plush wool mattress yielding softly, its fine linen sheets cool and crisp against your skin. The cypress wood frame, smooth and polished, offers its solid, unwavering support. The soft wool blanket, light and breathable, provides just enough warmth to balance the coolness of the night air, creating a perfect equilibrium of comfort. You turn slightly, adjusting your head on the cool linen pillow, allowing your body to settle even deeper into the mattress. The rhythmic rustle of the linen curtain, stirred by the gentle breeze, slows to an almost imperceptible flutter, a delicate moon that seems to merge with your own quiet breathing. The subtle scent of jasmine, mingled with the clean aroma of the night, now feels like a part of the very air you breathe, a fragrant, calming presence that envelops you. As the external world recedes, your awareness turns inward, a gentle, unhurried shift. You feel the profound quiet of the chamber deepen, becoming an internal stillness. In this quietude, thoughts begin to surface, not with urgency or demand, but with a soft, almost ethereal lightness. They are like wisps of smoke, appearing, lingering for a moment, then gently dissipating, leaving no trace. You observe them without judgment, without attachment, simply noticing their quiet presence. It is as if your mind holds a worn, ancient scroll, tightly wound at first, but now, in this deep stillness, it begins to gently unfurl. You sense this unfolding, a slow, deliberate revelation of ideas and memories, each one a delicate inscription on the ancient papyrus of your consciousness. There is no sound to this internal process, only a profound, almost tactile sense of release, as if the scroll's tightly coiled form is gradually, effortlessly loosening, allowing its contents to slowly, gracefully reveal themselves. You imagine the subtle sensation of the papyrus unrolling, a dry, fibrous texture, warm and smooth from centuries of handling. Each section unfurls with an unhurried grace, revealing a passage of thought, a fragment of an insight, a quiet echo of a cherished memory. The ink of these thoughts is soft, muted, not sharp or demanding, but rather like faded pigments on an old manuscript, their meaning still clear, yet gentle and undemanding. You allow your inner gaze to drift across these unfolding inscriptions, following their quiet narrative, without effort, without haste. You might linger on a particular passage, a thought that feels familiar and comforting, like a well-loved verse. You feel its subtle weight, its gentle resonance within your mind. Before it, too, like a line of ancient script, slowly fades from focus, making way for the next. The process is continuous, yet profoundly peaceful, a rhythmic unfurling and settling, a quiet dance of internal revelation. The cool, crisp linen against your skin, the subtle scent of jasmine, and the profound quiet of the chamber, all combine to create a perfect cocoon of tranquility. You feel your breath deepen, slowing to match the unhurried pace of this internal unfolding, as if your very being is synchronizing with the gentle rhythm of the ancient scroll. The soft wool blanket, light and comforting, rests gently over your body, a reassuring presence. The thoughts, like the delicate papyrus, continue to unfurl, revealing themselves with a quiet grace, only to softly recede, leaving behind a deeper, more expansive sense of peaceful emptiness. You take a slow, deep breath, allowing the profound peace of this internal unfurling to settle within you. The gentle internal unfurling of your thoughts, like a worn, ancient scroll slowly revealing its wisdom, has now settled into a profound, expansive stillness. The rhythmic whisper of the distant waves which had accompanied your quiet contemplation has softened further, becoming an almost imperceptible hum on the very edge of hearing. You lie perfectly still upon your sleep couch, the plush wool mattress yielding softly, its fine linen sheets cool and crisp against your skin. The cypress wood frame, smooth and polished, offers its unwavering support, a familiar anchor in the deep quiet of your chamber. Your body, relaxed and heavy, sinks deeper into the comforting embrace of the mattress, finding its perfect contours. The soft wool blanket, light and breathable, rests over your limbs, its familiar weight a reassuring presence. The rhythmic rustle of the linen curtain, stirred by the gentle night breeze, has slowed to an almost imperceptible flutter, a delicate tune that seems to merge with your own deep, quiet breathing. The subtle scent of jasmine, mingled with the clean aroma of the receding night, now feels like a part of the very air you breathe, a fragrant, calming presence that envelops you completely. Your eyes, though closed, are aware of a profound, almost imperceptible shift in the light beyond your arched window. The deep, inky blackness of the night sky, which had been studded with countless brilliant stars, now begins to soften at its edges. It is not a sudden change, but an incredibly slow, gradual lightening, a subtle dilution of the deepest indigo. The most brilliant stars, once sharp and precise, now seem to dim, their intense pinpricks of light becoming softer, more diffused, as if a thin, ethereal veil is slowly being drawn across the heavens. You sense the very slow, unhurried approach of dawn, a quiet promise of a new day, still far off, yet already beginning its gentle announcement. You feel the cool night air, which had drifted so gently through the open window, slowly begin to lose its crisp edge. A subtle, almost imperceptible warmth begins to infuse it, a delicate breath of the approaching morning that brushes against your exposed skin. This warmth is not a heat, but a gentle softening, a nuanced change in temperature that speaks of the sun's distant, unseen ascent. The fine linen curtain, still fluttering with an almost imperceptible rhythm, seems to catch this subtle warmth, carrying it further into the chamber with each soft, silent undulation. The profound quiet of the chamber is unbroken, a deep, pervasive stillness that seems to emanate from the very walls of the sleeping villa. The distant, muted hum of the sleeping city has now entirely faded, replaced by an almost perfect silence. This silence is not empty, but rather a rich, full presence, a comforting embrace that holds you gently. You feel perfectly suspended within this quietude, between the cool crispness of the linen and the vast, softening expanse beyond the window. There are no sounds, no demands, only the deep, pervasive stillness that seems to permeate every fiber of your being. Your awareness drifts, unfocused and unburdened, across the subtle sensations of your body resting. The gentle pressure of the cool linen against your cheek, the soft support of the wool pillow, the comforting weight of the blanket over your limbs. Each sensation is light, fleeting, dissolving almost as soon as it is perceived, leaving only a deeper, more expansive sense of peaceful emptiness. You feel a profound, unhurried calm settling within you, a deep, pervasive tranquility that seems to expand from the very core of your being, gently softening all edges, dissolving all remaining awareness. You take a slow, deep breath, allowing the profound peace of this approaching dawn, this gentle shift in light and temperature, to settle deep within you. The profound calm of your inner world, where thoughts had gently unfurled like a worn, ancient scroll, now holds you in its deepest embrace. The rhythmic whisper of the distant waves which had accompanied your quiet contemplation has softened further, becoming an almost imperceptible hum on the very edge of hearing, a fading echo of the night. You lie perfectly still upon your sleep couch, the plush wool mattress yielding softly, its fine linen sheets cool and crisp against your skin. The cypress wood frame, smooth and polished, offers its unwavering support, a familiar anchor in the profound quiet of your chamber. Your body, relaxed and heavy, sinks deeper into the comforting embrace of the mattress, finding its perfect contours. The soft wool blanket, light and breathable, rests over your limbs, its familiar weight a reassuring presence. The rhythmic rustle of the linen curtain, stirred by the gentle night breeze, has slowed to an almost imperceptible flutter, a delicate exene to frome, that seems to merge with your own deep, quiet breathing. The subtle scent of jasmine, mingled with the clean aroma of the receding night, now feels like a part of the very air you breathe. A fragrant, calming presence that envelops you completely. Your eyes, though closed, are aware of a profound, almost imperceptible shift in the light beyond your arched window. The deep, inky blackness of the night sky, which had been studded with countless brilliant stars, now begins to soften at its edges. It is not a sudden change, but an incredibly slow, gradual lightening, a subtle dilution of the deepest indigo. The most brilliant stars, once sharp and precise, now seem to dim, their intense pinpricks of light becoming softer, more diffused, as if a thin ethereal veil is slowly being drawn across the heavens. You sense the very slow, unhurried approach of dawn, a quiet promise of a new day, still far off, yet already beginning its gentle announcement. You feel the cool night air, which had drifted so gently through the open window, slowly begin to lose its crisp edge. A subtle, almost imperceptible warmth begins to infuse it, a delicate breath of the approaching morning that brushes against your exposed skin. This warmth is not a heat, but a gentle softening, a nuanced change in temperature that speaks of the sun's distant, unseen ascent. The fine linen curtain, still fluttering with an almost imperceptible rhythm, seems to catch this subtle warmth, carrying it further into the chamber with each soft, silent undulation, a barely there caress against the polished cypress wood of the window frame. The profound quiet of the chamber is unbroken, a deep, pervasive stillness that seems to emanate from the very walls of the sleeping villa. The distant, muted hum of the sleeping city has now entirely faded, replaced by an almost perfect silence. This silence is not empty, but rather a rich, full presence, a comforting embrace that holds you gently. You feel perfectly suspended within this quietude, between the cool crispness of the linen and the vast, softening expanse beyond the window. There are no distinct sounds, no demands, only the deep, pervasive stillness that seems to permeate every fiber of your being, absorbing all faint echoes, all subtle rustles into its profound, unifying calm. Your awareness drifts, unfocused and unburdened, across the subtle sensations of your body resting. The gentle pressure of the cool linen against your cheek, the soft support of the wool pillow, the comforting weight of the blanket over your limbs. Each sensation is light, fleeting, dissolving almost as soon as it is perceived, leaving only a deeper, more expansive sense of peaceful emptiness. You feel a profound, unhurried calm settling within you, a deep, pervasive tranquility that seems to expand from the very core of your being, gently softening all edges, dissolving all remaining awareness, drawing you deeper into the quietude,